Hey, what's up, guys? It's Weeb Strength here, and today I'm here with Sarcasm 317,
Mm-hmm.
Colin, My Hero Deku.
Yo, what's up?
They're here usually, but today we've got another special guest, Kyle.
Hello, everyone. You guys might know me from absolutely nothing.
He's here on a recommendation from Vinny.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's get right into the topic. Today we're going to be talking about what we think are the most important aspects when it comes to an anime, such as world building, cast, world, art style, animation, etc., etc. I don't have any set amount here, so if you guys just bring anything you want to the table.
Oh boy. Character development.
Character development. Alright, well then
start.
you can start, Colin, since you're the one that recommended that.
Why you gotta do me like that, man? I think character development is important because if you're watching the series, before we started recording, Vinny was talking about how good the character development usually is in slice of life. You're not gonna want to watch a slice of life where you don't care about the characters, you know? Same goes for other series. If you don't care about the characters, you're not gonna care about the world either.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I think that you can care about the world, and I think a show can have really nice art style and animation, and a really good story without good characters. I think a good example of that is Darling in the Franxx.
Character development is needed just to...
No.
No, Kyle, what were you saying there?
Dude, I don't know. Sorry, Discord glitched out for some reason. But I was saying character development is needed because it's needed to keep things spiced up a bit. It gets really bland if the character just doesn't go through anything and stays the same.
Exactly. You feel like they aren't going anywhere, and you lose kind of, I guess, interest, investment. I don't know. I feel like when you
Okay.
start a series, you want to see them move forward in some way.
That's fair. I think a set of shows that don't do that very well are long-running shonen. I don't think that they can keep character development going and keep it fresh for how long the show is. I mean, like in something like Naruto, it's 720 episodes, but if you consider how many episodes there is, he hasn't really changed that much.
Well, usually in long-running shonens like that, though, it's not character development for just one character. They have like
Yeah.
a master cast, and they have to develop all the characters.
Well, yeah. I'm not even saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, going off of what you said, where if the characters stay the same, it can't be enjoyable. And I think after Naruto hits okay, we're talking about Naruto again. I think after
No,
Naruto
please.
hits a certain point in Shippuden, he just kind of stops evolving, and he's kind of matured enough. Like, he's matured completely as a character. And like
Yeah,
the
like
last 200 or
400
300
episodes
episodes, yeah. Like the last half of the show, he's like, he doesn't
Well,
change much.
they kind of switch over to Sasuke in the later half, though, in
Yeah.
terms of character development. And he's basically the other main character of the series.
The series was almost named Sasuke to start with because of how much it focuses on Sasuke. They just didn't want to confuse anyone because it technically follows Naruto.
But it's literally just him chasing Sasuke the entire time.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Okay, but anyways, I was gonna say what I was saying earlier about Darling in the Franxx.
Oh no.
You can have. I don't really like any of the characters at all in Darling in the Franxx. I think that the fat guy that got
Oh my
cucked.
God.
I think he's not. I don't think he's a good character. I think he's likable, and I think that yeah, that's like it. It's got some like pretty girls and good character design, but I mean, I don't think it's a good show, but I think that with a bad cast, it's still an alright show. Like, it's at the beginning, the first half, it had such good world building. Like, that world was insane. I was hyping it up so much, and then I got to like the flashback part and where she starts going psycho again, and the show just completely went downhill from there. After, it's notorious for having a bad second half with mechas and stuff. Mecha girl.
Mecha waifu.
Not waifu at all, but okay. Go off.
I don't know, man. I don't think Darling in the Franxx is an example of good character development, though.
No,
Like, they
that's
were trying to develop them, but they just yeah, no, I guess that's fair to your point. It didn't enhance the story at all.
no, and
But
I
I
still
also
think it was a
wasn't
decent
invested
show.
I can sort of agree with that, but I still think it could have been better had they developed the characters.
Yeah, I think Hunter x Hunter is a show with a good cast, but everything else like everything else. Every other one of those categories: art, story, world, character design, character development. All of those are like top tier. And so
Yeah, I
that
think-
pushes that up so much that it's actually my number one above other shows that are more balanced.
I agree with that. I think they blew their load too early on Gon in the end. That's been like my biggest beef with Hunter x Hunter, was how they treated Gon in the end. But other than that, I really agree with that.
You don't think it was good? Like
No, I agree. It was really good. It's just in terms of character development with Gon, I think they kind of messed it up at the end there.
Hold on, what part did you not like him like devolving into?
You know, the big part, his, the
big
when
part.
he gets longer hair, that part.
What? Okay, this is how I look at it. That is one of my favorite cases of character
no.
development in a show is watching Gon slowly devolve into a monster and watching Meruem at the same time slowly evolving from a monster into a human, and then they both have these like breaking points where I wouldn't call it a breaking point for Meruem because he just like all at once becomes like a good person after he gets his I don't want to spoil it. Okay, after he gets his memories back, that's all I'm gonna say. And then Gon, once he sees Pito, he snaps. But it was like slowly building up to this happening, and one person was going up and one person was going down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fair take. I don't know. I felt like they kind of abandoned a lot of his character for that moment that was built up through the entirety of the series, not just this one arc.
Well,
So it just kind of bothered me how it went, and then it was like, I don't know. He didn't really feel like the same character after that.
yeah, he's not the same character after that.
Yeah.
To be fair, you said the entire series, but half of the show is the Chimera Ant arc.
Yeah,
And after Kite dies, then that's not even really a spoiler, honestly.
Yeah, I mean it is, but like
It
it doesn't
is.
really matter. It's Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it at this point, I don't know.
Anyways, after
Haven't
Kite
seen it,
dies, that's when he starts devolving after he dies, and that's like right as the Chimera Ant arc starts. So I mean, it's got like it's like 60 or 70 episodes of this happening, of this build up. And I mean, you can say I think it's good character development. I think that it's objectively good character development, and you can either like it or dislike it.
Mhm.
But I think that's with a lot of different stuff. Like I can see that there's objectively good character development and dislike it. Like with Deku, I don't like watching a crybaby bitch, and then I also don't like it whenever there's characters that take complete 180s, like instantly. Like after one event happening, I don't like that. I like the smolder.
Calling out Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah,
For real,
Well-
Kaneki, man.
Yeah, that's a good example. He's not even like the same person after that, to be fair. But so I can accept your view on that. It's just I disagree. So
So I suppose we can move on to another point
yeah,
of what's important in anime. One that you don't think is very important, but is very important, is animation.
no.
Because it's
What-
an anime.
What is animation? What is
Yeah.
that? What is animation? I don't even know what that is.
No.
I could watch a show in 1:44p and can be completely happy.
No,
So, I
no,
don't
you
know.
cannot.
I can't
You
even
cannot
do
do that.
720
It's
anymore.
not possible.
720 is pushing it, man.
No, bro. I
Like,
watch most
I
of my
still
stuff
don't know
480.
how. Like, Haikyuu was still one of your favorite anime, and you didn't even watch it, like, in the best quality.
Wait,
It doesn't
And
make a
you didn't even
difference.
care.
144p thing true?
No, he didn't watch it in 144, but I think watched. Did you say you watched it in 480?
It was either 480 or 720. I watched it
my
twice,
goodness.
so
I'm just saying it's possible it was 144.
no, it
And
wasn't.
I mean, there's a lot of instances that you've like just at least didn't appreciate like top tier animation, like with the Demon Slayer episode that like went viral essentially. Like you
I
didn't
didn't
even
notice
care
the
about it
difference.
whatsoever.
It was just another episode. Like, it wasn't even that good a fight, I don't think.
What?
It was
My
mostly just
God.
him beating him up, and then, like, 1 second he turned it around. It literally was, like, 1 second. Ooh, cool
Okay.
blue stuff.
But like part of like in a Haikyuu's example, like part of what makes it so good is the animation though. And
No.
yet like you don't even care about that part.
No,
And that's like a massive part.
No, I think it's got one of the best casts out of a show I've ever seen. I think it has great character development. It has one of the best examples of character development, or at least my favorite examples, with Tsukishima. And it's also got just it made me love volleyball because I don't watch volleyball still, but it made me want to like actually play volleyball. Was it's just I love the story and the badass like comebacks and the underdogs. That's just most sports though, but
Yeah.
I like most sports. So
Sports anime tend to be incredibly flashy though, which is why people get drawn to them. I mean, Ace of Diamonds not like that, so that's something that could be that focuses on the characters. But
I still like
Oh, man,
Haikyuu.
Crooked
but-
Everyone
basketball
here
IQ.
actually has
Just like
seen
eye
that
candy.
now due to my recommendations, except Colin hasn't finished it, I guess.
I got,
Wait,
I
so
got
it's
caught up.
distracted.
Yeah.
Diamond Oasis is really good. I agree.
I got distracted watching Naruto a fourth time. Yeah, no, I don't see how you can't find animation at all important in those shows. I get if it's not like your main determining factor, but anime is like a visual medium.
It is
you can
the
just read
absolute-
manga if you don't care.
Character development isn't a big factor for me.
You just said your favorite part about Haikyuu was the character development.
No, I know. I said it's not a big factor for me, but it's still a 10 out of 10 for that. So
Haikyuu is like your second show on your list.
yeah, that's my second. The thing is,
I don't know, like
character
if you don't
development.
care about animation though, then like why I mean it's basically just again like full color manga.
Yeah, it's
with
because
just voice acting over it.
I physically cannot tell a difference between. Oh, I can tell a difference, but it's like
Oh,
it's
no.
so little a difference between mid-tier animation and the top. Like there's
I don't
such
know
a
if that's
little
true, to be
difference to
honest.
me. There's such a
Not
little
true.
difference to me that it doesn't matter. Like it's so minimal that it doesn't bother me.
I guess like a good example would be like One Punch Man season 1 and season 2.
I literally couldn't tell a difference in animation.
That's crazy.
No way.
This is it. We're getting canceled, boys.
I think season 2 is better, in my opinion.
Where?
It introduced
part?
more characters, and it focused
It
more
might
on the
have
hero
introduced,
system.
like the character they did introduce was a good character. Like I liked the character, and I
Yeah.
also thought there was way more hate than it deserved for season 2, because the animation was not bad, but it was like mid.
I mean, you go
And that
from
was
like
the
Mid
problem.
and God tier are like the same thing.
They're not. No, they're not at all. The first season looked amazing.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why honestly you watched the first season was just because of how like batshit insane the animation was, but you don't really stay for anything else in my opinion.
That's why I watched the first season as well, and that's why I didn't care about the
I
second
love
season
watching build up. This is one of my favorite things in anime is when there's insane amounts of build up and then it's over in half of a second because the dude
Why?
is that overpowered. It's like you're awe-
Oh
I'm
my
awestruck. I am awestruck. Like
Oh no.
that's why Overlord
Certain
fights are like my
cases,
favorite fights.
Wait, which fights?
Overlord, just in Overlord has some of my favorite fights. Not
I'm
my
sorry,
favorite
I can't
fights.
remember what fights you're talking about.
Let's see, there is
Looking
Ice
back, there's only like
Dude.
one fight that's even like
No, Ice Dude
notable
versus the
from
Lizard
Overlord
Man.
for me.
That's what I mean. I can't even remember
Sebas
all of any of
versus
them except like
Sebas
Shulk
versus
versus-
literally anybody in season 2, and in season 3 there is when he summons the goats, and in season 1 when he fights Clementine. I really like that, and pretty much literally any fight except for Shaltir and Ainz. Any
That
fight
was,
involving
like, the
someone from
only
Nazareth.
notable
one I remember.
That's oh my god.
Any fight from anybody but in Nazareth besides the one that was Ainz and Shaltir.
So basically, the only fight that was even remotely close was the one you didn't care about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
Oh my.
Shulk, you're
I mean,
killing me,
technically,
man.
you know, it's an overpowered anime. I guess you watch it for a reason, right? You
Yeah.
don't watch them have a close fight.
I
but
guess, but like, I don't know. Even there were still technically like quote unquote close fights in One Punch Man's first season, even though he's overpowered as shit. Like
Are
the
you
final
sure,
fight,
though?
it wasn't really close, but it was like it felt more close because the dude actually wasn't one shot.
That was the worst
ultimate
fight in
betrayer.
One Punch
I didn't even
Man.
like that in season 2. I don't even think there was.
No,
Well,
really.
the
No,
thing
'cause
with
the
One
villain was
Punch Man
broken.
is that it's the focus is kind of going away from Saitama. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So it's
fine
like
with that,
its
to
two
be honest. 'cause,
biggest
I mean, I
aspects
don't
is
know,
animation and Saitama, and they're like, nah.
His
didn't
character's
care-
not going to
yeah.
experience much growth from here on out, so I don't know.
Yeah,
okay,
no,
At
I
least I
didn't
don't
care
think it
about
will.
Saitama much either.
back to character development. You said he's not going to experience much growth. Okay, so one thing that I don't mind in an anime is when
Oh no.
there's a good character and it shows his development through flashbacks, or it doesn't even show or it's just like a mystery, but he's a badass or whatever, and
Okay,
he doesn't need to grow.
Just
Like he
really
does not
like
need to grow to be a good
Badass,
character.
overpowered characters
Yeah.
in general.
He does
That's
not.
what I'm
Okay,
hearing.
he does not need to grow to be a good character. Well, it's not even that. You can have a well-balanced character that doesn't experience character growth in an anime.
Character development isn't the same as character growth, though. You're talking about learning about them through flashbacks. That's still character development.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you can do it through flashbacks, but you don't have to. Like I'm saying, if they leave it a mystery, that's just like Mystagon. You don't learn much about him, but he's a really cool character in Fairy Tail.
There are no exceptional characters in Fairy Tail.
There's a lot of good
definitely
characters.
Very few that I even care.
To be fair, Mystic again was my favorite character in Fairy Tail.
Him and Gildarts? Are you crazy? Gildarts is like actually top 10 characters
Yeah,
for
those
me.
are definitely the more notable characters, but even then, they're essentially just overpowered as shit, and you learn nothing about them. That's
Good.
basically it.
There's nothing wrong with that for me.
I think
There's
that's fine
no
for maybe
interesting
like
characters,
an enemy,
but, like-
protagonist-wise,
No.
Definitely
that
questionable.
can't work.
If you're going to be following the character for, especially in something like a long-running shonen, and they aren't moving forward at all, you're going to lose interest real quick.
Well,
Or I
yeah,
will at least.
that's why. I mean, I just said this earlier, but most characters in long-running shonen don't actually develop all that much for how long the show is.
Well, not for how long the show is, but I think that's part of the charm of. Like most series have to kind of rush through the development because you have a short period
Well,
of time
yeah.
to develop this character. When you
But
have a
we're
long-running
also,
shonen,
like, talking about Fairy Tail here, and I'd say Fairy Tail's definitely one of the more mediocre shonens that are long running.
well,
for sure.
yeah, because the
Is there
characters don't
development
change
in
at
Fairy
all.
Tail?
I don't
No.
know, to be honest.
I
That's what I'm
finished-
saying.
I
I
honestly can't
finished
remember.
it up until this new season that dropped like last year or whatever.
All I'm saying is Happy has the most development out of anyone in the main cast.
Happy's
Yeah,
definitely
garbage
possible.
though.
I believe that.
I'm not kidding. There's like an entire arc about Happy's backstory, and that's probably the most we get about any of them.
I don't.
Or-
Actually, I mean, they did kind of, like much later on, I guess. They kind of developed, what's his name?
Natsu?
Man, no, like his. Okay, I can't really say that. 'cause it's a
Gajeel.
spoiler. Like the main antagonist towards like the end of the series, they actually develop him quite a bit.
It starts with a Z. The guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Zeref?
Yeah, Zareth, I think. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
They did develop him quite a bit. He might be the most developed character in the anime, to be honest.
He almost definitely is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, does Natsu's probably the case where he really doesn't go through much of any.
Oh,
Yeah,
At least from
Natsu's
what I
kind of the
saw. I was
same
kinda
from
dead with
like
the show
beginning
when
to
they were-
end.
Yeah.
You know, I never thought of it from that standpoint, that it is important for a main character to go through character growth, character development. But for me, I feel like you don't need a lot or minimal or even no character development to still be a good character, an enjoyable character.
I mean,
Possible, but
Yeah.
they still have to be introduced really, really well.
it'd have to be like an exceptional introduction.
Pretty much. And their character design would also have to be like nuts or something, like really notable.
Yugi.
Well, I feel like so far, I mean, up to season 2 in the Seven Deadly Sins, I didn't watch season 3. I feel like Escanor doesn't have much development.
I don't like
I
any.
think Escanor's a very overrated character.
Escanor is the best character in anime, so
You just started a war.
Escanor is
Yeah, I
the
know,
number
that's
one
a
character in
controversial
anime.
thing, I know.
Where?
Number one.
How? Explain. What's so
Because-
great about Escanor?
Because he's
Because,
badass.
dude, he's strong.
Yeah.
He's
No,
a
that's
got
human
big
compared to
muscles.
all the demons and whatnot.
Did you see
and
what
he
it?
is
The
super
scene
strong.
when he like destroyed that dude.
no.
He scared that dude so much that he committed suicide instead of fucking getting hit by him.
I get the
Bro.
reason why he's so cool, dude. I just feel
Yeah,
like
it's-
he's just. I'm gonna write a cool character in this, and that's Escanor. Dude.
Yeah, and he is cool.
But
And then when oh my god, he just says like 3. He single-handedly brought the second season from like a 6 or a 7 to a 9 for me. That's how much he brought it up. He like broke the ceiling. Like usually it's like out of 10 on every scale, but like it was like story 6, the world 8, and then it was like characters 15, 20 out of 10. Like he
15, 20 out of 10.
he grabbed it. He like broke through the ceiling and like pulled it up. He pulled the bar up. That's how Escanor was for me. He literally made the entire show enjoyable for me.
I have an issue with the 8 out of 10 in world building as well for Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah,
I must
I
have
don't-
missed that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I
there
didn't
being
say
much
world building. I said
building.
world. I think it's interesting because
Oh.
of all the different there's like demons and it's a fantasy. If you
I
put
don't
me in
know.
if you show me a fantasy show, it's automatically it like can't be lower than a 6. It can't be lower than a 6. It physically cannot be lower than a 6. No
Yeah,
matter
it's
how
really
bad
they also,
anything
Human
like-
is.
Edition.
Really copped out with the whole like basically Dragon Ball skill like numbers, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
power
power
levels.
They don't
Yeah.
talk about the power
Yeah.
levels in the show though.
That was
world
like the
seemed pretty-
entire focus
That's
on
in-
Meliodas.
Season 2,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. That's when they introduced that.
No, they said like 2
Well,
numbers. They're like this
what,
is his max.
Saturday?
They said
I
it
don't
like
know.
twice. They did it like Dragon Ball. They brought it up like 3 times. Like it wasn't a big focus.
Okay.
I
that
mean,
was-
power level became increasingly less relevant in Dragon Ball because people became like 10 times stronger than gods, and obviously the new antagonist is also stronger than gods.
yeah, power
And
levels.
like whole worlds implode when they walk a step. Like I don't know.
Yeah, pretty
no.
much went away when Super Saiyan happened in terms of like in the series.
When they started scaling
Yeah,
up
I
Super
know.
Saiyan.
When the Scouters started breaking, it didn't matter anymore.
Super Saiyan God 4. Stuff like that. I don't know if that's the actual thing. I think it's Super Saiyan
It probably,
God
I
3.
wouldn't be surprised if it was.
There's way too many different Super Saiyan forms as well.
It's
Yeah, in my
like
opinion, it should've
the what is it called? The well the I'm stupid. The visual jutsu for the Uchiha.
Genjutsu.
No, that's just Genjutsu. What is theirs called
Sharingan?
specifically? Sharingan.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
there's
one.
like so many different Sharingan that are literally not explained until like the last 100
I don't
episodes.
know.
They're
I
like
feel like even the Sharingan are explained pretty well in Naruto.
no.
I think the
That's
Sharingan
why
are
I still
explained
think
really well.
It has like, I still think Naruto has some of the best world building I've ever seen in an anime. Period, or anything really.
Yeah.
I think the power scaling got broken, but I think like the power system itself was really well explained, even till the end.
Naruto across the board
Even
does
when
really
they
well
got like
for me.
super overpowered though towards the end, it still wasn't like impossible to believe because
No,
it was still
not in that
took like
world.
several people to even fight this new like bad guy essentially that was super powerful. It still took several of them. None of them
Yeah.
randomly had an epiphany.
Up
Like,
until
man,
the
if I
end.
just shout long enough, I'll be like super strong.
Up
I
until
don't
the
know, I
last
kinda feel
one.
like-
right at Super Saiyan 3, even though you didn't get that far in the anime, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I would argue the closest we even got to that was when Sasuke and Naruto met the Sage of Six Paths.
That was
Even then, at
weird.
least they tied that to the story. Like,
I mean, it tied back to the story, but it was kind of just last minute, I feel like. Not last minute as an introduction wise. It just feels like it happened very quickly at that point in the story.
It was very
Yeah,
surprising. I was like,
probably
what
the
is
most-
this?
random like power boost they got, but at least it was still
Yeah.
tied to the story. I don't know. I just can't get past Dragon Ball's like power up system. Like personally,
Dragon
I just
Balls is
come
just-
back to it because it's just literally shouting longer and then getting your ass beat and then shouting
What do
longer.
you mean, dude? It's all in the genes. It's not about
All in the
shouting.
genes.
Okay, since you guys say the Sharingan isn't confusing, how many different forms of Sharingan are there and what are they called?
Sharingan,
Okay, what do you mean by
Monkey
forms?
Sharingan. The Rinnegan was an
No,
extension
no,
of
no,
the
no.
Sharingan.
I'm not even
as
talking
well.
about that. I'm talking about like the different shaped eyes of the Sharingan. Like there's so
Oh.
many of those. That's
They're
what I was talking about.
basically different abilities.
Yeah,
And
no, they
yeah,
are
that
different.
is something they couldn't really completely flesh out because it just wasn't
No,
relevant.
I'm
enough.
not complaining.
All the Uchihas were already like
I-
wiped out anyway.
Yeah, I'm
Or
not
why-
complaining. I'm just saying they didn't explain it, and that it was. It kind of reminded me of how this like a 1,000 forms of Super Saiyan in Dragon Ball.
I don't know. I think they still said they were all like Mangekyo, right? And they just
That's
all
the
had
only
like different
one.
abilities
Yeah.
tied to their eyes.
Yeah.
The Sharingan, yeah, I don't think the normal Sharingan were all pretty much the same. I don't think they had any differences. It was the Mangekyos or
Yeah, that's
whatever,
right.
however you pronounce that had different abilities. Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. I think like the varying. That's how they explained it. Just when you unlocked the Mangekyo, since it was so rare, it was like kind of tied to however you unlocked it.
Yeah, there's only like 5 people in history that unlocked it or whatever.
They were not.
Except
many.
for those 5 people went through like 12 different
Flashback
forms of
arc or
it.
something that like where multiple people had got it or something. I don't know. I feel like that whole like it was definitely super rare, but like I don't think they ever had an exact number that was at least accurate.
I thought
Yeah.
If
they
they did
said.
say a number at some point, it wasn't.
I thought whenever Sasuke and Naruto first met up in Shippuden, after you know how Sasuke went inside, like you know the flashback at the very beginning, how they started the show, how he's inside and he's like talking to Kurama. I thought he said that there'd only been like 3 people before that had ever awoken the Mangekyo before Sasuke, and one of them was Madara, and then that's where not Madara's name first got brought up.
Mm.
Maybe.
It was like super rare. Like it wasn't like something.
I don't know.
many
They
people
say
got.
that, but like Shisui had one, Itachi had one, Sasuke had one, Madara had one,
and that's the only
and
people
then
we
there's
know that. had 'em.
obviously, but yeah, that's already 4 characters though that are like notable. And
Yeah,
then
but
there's-
they were also
even
supposed to be
showed a
like the best
flashback at some
Uchihas in
point
history.
That was, well, sure, but I'm saying like they had. I don't remember exactly where it was. I think it was around the time where they fought Kabuto,
It
like
was.
Sasuke and Itachi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
it
we
was.
had like a flashback arc or something
It
that
was-
showed the Uchihas fighting each other
It
in
was-
order to
yeah.
get Mangekyos.
no,
Mhm,
yeah.
they
They,
did.
no, they were using that the
Forbidden.
time looping one or whatever. I don't
But
think
I
that
think
was a
You needed the
Mangekyo.
Mangekyo to use that, right?
I don't think so because like everybody was using it.
Because they're Uchiha.
Yeah, but I don't think you have to activate the Mangekyo for that or whatever. I think that's just something you can use.
Danzo-
Okay, hold on.
Didn't
Then how
Danzo
did?
have one?
No. What was that? What was the dude with
Danzo
one
had the
eye's
other
name
version.
that had all the Sharingans?
Danzo.
Okay,
pretty
yeah,
sure.
that's his name.
Yeah.
When he used it like 15 times with all those different eyes, there's no way that many people had it in modern day. I'm pretty sure anybody could use that if you had a Sharingan.
Oh, I guess Obito also had one, which means Kakashi also had one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's another one.
Okay, I don't think you heard what I just said, but
Well, I was just thinking, I guess. I must have missed it. Whatever.
I said that. You know how Donzo used that time looping thing like 15 times? I said he got that from Sharingan users from the modern day, and I said there's no way that many of them had the Mangekyu like upgrade in modern times, or it wouldn't even have been rare. It wouldn't even have been that rare.
But the jutsu Omatachi used against Kabuto was the alternative to it to stop it. They weren't using the same jutsu.
No, I'm just saying that you don't need the upgrade to use that time looping thing. I don't think. I think any Uchiha could use it if they knew how to use it.
I guess.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, I guess enough about Naruto.
Yeah, we're talking about
I've
Naruto
only
again.
seen
What the
OG
heck?
season.
Oh, you haven't seen what? How? You've literally watched like the butt crack of Naruto.
I'm an OG purist.
Oh.
That's what I grew up on, but when I got the Shippuden, dude, I couldn't hold the attention span throughout
you
it.
played like the games though, so you
Yeah,
know
that was
most
years
of what
ago,
happens.
though.
Oh, like Ninja
Feels
Storm
bad,
and
man.
stuff.
Yeah, he played like all of them. So like he at least in the games, I'm pretty sure he still got past like, or at least through most of the war arc.
Yeah. That's good at least.
That's all that's important. There's like nothing. There's nothing after the war arc, anyways. It just turns
What?
into a slice of
What?
life.
That's the biggest fight of the entire series is after the war arc.
No,
I would argue one
after.
of the biggest.
Oh, you're not counting Kaguya as part of the war arc?
No, I'm not even talking about that. Oh my goodness.
Philly, do you want to explain or
That's the
should I?
finale to the war arc anyway. What?
Wait, after the war arc? What's after the war arc?
Naruto Sasuke number 2.
Oh,
is after
that's
the
like
war
5
arc. It's
episodes
like
after the war
biggest
arc.
Fight of the entire series.
It's like 5 episodes. Is that even?
still after the war.
That's
It
a
doesn't matter
arc.
how long it is.
Okay,
That's
I just
how
throw that.
big it
I
was
just throw
to
that
fight.
together. I throw that together with the.
Oh my god.
Throw that together.
I
Just-
honestly, I didn't even
throw it
realize
in
that
there.
wasn't part of the war arc.
Oh my god.
No, it was after it. Like 100%,
That was like the climax of the series, man.
basically. Because after that, it's just like slice of life Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to introduce Boruto.
Slice of life Naruto was nice though, honestly.
Okay. Sure.
I liked the end of it. I liked seeing Hinata and Naruto together. Their wedding, preparing their wedding.
Yeah, that's fair. It was nice. But I just don't feel like it's comparable to.
I still feel like I was like just denied what I'd been waiting for like the entire series.
When did you
Because I didn't get to see Naruto become Hokage in Shippuden. Did not happen. I felt
Really?
wrong morally.
Did
That
we
happened
ever
like
even-
right at the end.
Well, he's still
Well, no,
like 17.
we've seen him
It was
as
Hinata
Hokage.
and
Yeah.
Naruto like getting married. That was the end of Shippuden. They never actually showed him becoming Hokage though. Like there was no like it
Well-
wasn't even like if he was technically the Hokage at the end, they didn't even talk about it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, what are they gonna do? Like usurp Kakashi?
I don't.
No,
I mean,
just wanna
they
see
kind
the
of
end,
ended
right?
up doing that anyway, though. I mean, even in like Boruto, Kakashi's still like relatively young and still can fight pretty well. Like, I mean, they still kind of just
Yeah, I mean, he was already the Hokage, so there wasn't really a need to put Naruto there. I mean, Naruto was definitely stronger. It's just that like there was, and plus Naruto was like still like retarded at the end of Naruto.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
This is gonna be. We're gonna.
Technically
Is that
speaking,
true?
actually, though, I'm pretty sure Naruto actually was still like a genin at the end of Naruto. Though.
He was.
No,
yeah.
he was. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think that was funny. But yeah, like from the beginning of the whole anime, he was talking about how he wanted to be Hokage and he was going to do that. And they didn't even end the anime with that.
No, that definitely should have been the end.
They were planning on doing Boruto the whole time.
I don't
Yeah.
think they were, honestly.
Naruto was the plan.
Yes, Boruto was the intended ending.
Yeah.
Boruto is actually going to end up being better than Shippuden.
And Naruto was actually
better be
just a
joking.
build up for Boruto.
Oh,
Oh, you're talking about the prequel to Boruto, yeah.
Yeah.
I was that statement.
The Boruto prequel. You know, imagine there's gonna be some people that like didn't know Naruto existed. They're just like they were introduced to Naruto from Boruto. They were introduced to Naruto from
Dog shit.
Boruto.
It makes me sad to think that there's some kid that like watches Boruto on TV every week and has no clue Naruto was a thing before. Or like they find out about Naruto after and Boruto was their introduction.
Boruto's dad's kind of lame. Burrito's dad is kind of lame.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, I guess we've established that character development, world building, and animation are very important.
They're very. One of those is important, yeah.
All of those are very, very important.
You can't
You
deny
know
any
something
of those.
that's more
Maximum
important?
importance.
You know what's the most important thing is story.
Okay, I actually don't know if that's true.
I actually disagree.
That is 100%
Like,
true
think
for
of
me.
stuff like Run with the Wind. I know that you haven't seen it.
That's a really good example.
But that's like, there's no story to that at all.
Yeah, that's
really.
why it sucks.
And it does not.
Oh,
He hasn't seen it.
no, we have to lambast him.
It's so good.
This is a war crime.
But yeah,
It's
it has,
actually
like,
one of my favorite
no
anime.
story
This is amazing.
at all. And it's like almost purely character driven and character development, and it's great.
So something that's not important.
I'd
to
argue
me.
story isn't actually necessary to make a good anime.
No, I'm not
hadn't-
saying that. No. I'm saying that I think it's the most important thing. So like, okay,
No,
so
that's great.
to me,
I
there
guess
can be
that's
there can be
not
shows
that
with bad story. Like Slice of Life is pretty much no story, most of them. So, and I still have some Slice of Life that I like. It's just that the characters, art style, and no, I wouldn't say world. It's just those two things are like super, super high rated. It's just everything else is super low, and it evens out for me. And turns out to be
I don't know.
mid.
I think I've had more series where I like hated the story but really liked the character and still gave it a high rating than good stories and bad characters.
I can't even think of
I
an
feel like the
example.
characters, even in a non-character driven anime, I feel like are still more important than the story. I
Yeah.
feel like story is probably one of the lower ranked things of all the like parts of an anime.
To be
I
fair,
agree.
cast is
Yeah.
up there for me as well. It's just I have a story and world, they're like the same for me, and then cast is third for me.
World might be the lowest on my list.
Well, I mean, the world is really important to me. Like I can enjoy a show based solely on the world. Like something like Isekai Cheat Magician is garbage, but the world is interesting to me. Or like Hanzuki. Like I don't like the characters, I don't like anything, but I'm like, oh, magic, cool.
Oh, magic!
Oh my god.
Wait, is it magic all it takes to have a good world?
Pretty much.
Isekai Cheat Magician, man. If he's
I don't
defending
know.
Isekai Cheat Magician,
No,
anything is
no,
getting defended. It has
Isekai
music.
Cheat Magician is not good. It's not good, but it is a good. It's got a cool world, so I like it.
But like that's
But isn't that like all
essentially-
isekais? Because their
Basically.
worlds are all
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much
why I
the
love
same.
Isekai pretty much. If you show me a fantasy show with an overpowered main character,
Okay, but don't
I
think
will
that
enjoy it. It's that simple.
I feel like you're not necessarily saying that world building is important to you. I think
Oh
you're
no,
just
no,
saying
world and world building are
fantasy
different for
is your
me.
favorite genre.
No. World building and the world are different for me.
Well, I guess they are different, but
Because you can just have a show where it's like, this is the world, and we tell you almost nothing about it, and it's like, oh, it's still cool. It's still
that's
cool with nothing. Like, but
pretty
then,
much like Konosuba or something, where it's just like, oh, this is the world. But
yeah.
we don't care about that shit.
Yeah. No, I
The
agree.
setting.
Yeah.
Maybe I should say the setting. I guess it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The setting is important for me.
Konosuba's
World building
top tier.
definitely isn't necessary to make like a masterpiece.
No, it's
so
lower
also
for me.
probably pretty low.
That's like for me, I have cast, I've got characters, and then way down the line I've got character development, but also I've got the world, and then way down the line I've got world building.
Like the characters are raised up by character development.
Exactly.
It's the foundation of what makes good characters.
Okay, but you can have a good character without good character.
We're back to this.
No.
Yes.
You can. It's just
Character
very,
development
very
isn't
rare.
even like tangible. It's like, it's not even like it's something I would put on here. I don't even have it on my list. I've just been talking about it because of y'all.
How?
Character
though?
development.
Oh my.
I don't care about the character development, but if a good character turns out because of it, I'm like, okay, yay.
Wait, okay,
Oh
so
my
what's a good example of that? Then just like a good character that doesn't really go through character.
That's gonna win. That's gonna win.
Jesus.
Thorkel
Okay,
doesn't
well,
have much.
See, it can work in a supporting scenario. I agree with that,
Yeah,
but
like, supporting
in terms of
thing-
protagonists, though, do you have an idea? Like,
Let's see.
I
Y'all are
think
gonna
it's
hate me. Y'all are gonna hate me for
necessary
this.
protagonist.
Y'all are gonna
Oh,
hate me
no.
for this. I like Kirito.
Oh, I can get behind that.
Kirito has like 0. He's just like, oh, I am badass sword guy.
I mean,
Actually, I wouldn't
I
say
was about to
Ain's
say.
like the Overlord protagonist. I wouldn't say he had like any character development really.
Yeah.
To be fair,
That's-
he's one of my least favorite characters out of the main cast.
Oh my god.
But none of the other characters really have development
what?
either. But I still like them too.
But he's overpowered.
Yeah, he is overpowered.
He is
Shit.
overpowered. He's still a good. I still like him as a character. It's just I like Sebas a lot more. I like Demiurge more. I like Shaltir more. I like Albedo more. And then
So
Ainz would probably
everybody
be like
but
5th or
him
6th.
is better.
Schultz's
It
charisma
almost
confuses
might
me.
be because he has no character
The
development.
others
I'm not
don't
gonna lie,
either
that
though.
might be
The
it.
others don't either though.
They still have more than he does.
Listen, I still like him as a character. It's just the other characters are S tier to me. So
Maybe because they were developed a little more than him.
yeah. What is Sebas's development?
Yeah.
His owner told him to be a. This is his
He
development.
has like his own
Listen.
arc.
Yeah, but how does he develop in that arc? All you listen.
How
I'm
does
gonna
he
tell
not
you.
develop in that arc?
I'm gonna tell you how he develops.
His
This is
chin.
the extent of his development. Okay.
And that's
Listen,
development.
no,
That's
listen,
still
listen,
development,
listen. No,
and
no,
it still
listen.
made him more memorable.
Listen, this is his development. Okay.
Oh,
My owner, my master told me that you should always help people in trouble. I helped somebody in trouble. Oh no, everyone else around me is bad guys, and I'm a bad guy, and I'm conflicted because I'm doing a good thing. And then it turns out that he doesn't care. That Ainz doesn't care. And then it's just they just go on with their lives, and no one brings it up again. That's his development.
I didn't say the character development for Sebas was like top tier or anything. I said it was
it was
development.
there. It was tangible.
Okay,
As
but he
in
didn't
more
change as a
development than Ainz
character
got,
though.
because again, like you said, Ainz said, "Ah, man, I'm not really worried about it. You do you, guy."
The
Yeah.
extent of Ainz's development is, oh my god, I'm in a game. Oh my god, I have
Yeah.
to pretend I'm overpowered and know everything, but I don't know everything.
That's like almost the same level as Sebas though.
What? Oh my god.
They gave the lizard more development. He even
be
gave
honest,
him a
they
wife,
really
dude.
Yeah.
And had
That's
a
the
sex
thing though.
scene and
That's the
everything.
thing is that the main cast of Nazarick of Overlord is already peak. They don't need any more development. They already peak. They already
I mean,
peak
maybe
characters.
maybe I'm more invested in the lizards.
The
I don't
lizards
know,
were
I don't
alright.
really want to watch
The
anime
lizards
after
were
that.
really lame. I didn't like the lizards. I liked watching the lizards get their
Really
shit
lame.
kicked in. That's what I like to watch.
Oh my goodness, I laughed so hard at that sex scene when it popped up. Dude. It's ingrained in my mind.
I just don't know why it was there and what it was
so
supposed to
out of
add.
place.
I've only gone through it like 16 times, so.
Only like 16.
Oh yeah, man! I watched the lizard sex scene. 16
No.
times.
It's not. I
Oh,
didn't
no
watch
big
the lizard
deal.
sex scene 16 times. I watched Overlord season 2 16 times. So.
I'm just imagining you sitting there, just rewinding that like 15 second.
first time I
clip,
did
like,
watch it-
16 times.
The first time I did watch it, I rewinded. I was like, "What just happened?" I was laughing. I was like, "Wait, what?" It was so random. That is on the same level as dude confessing that he was a Titan in AOT. That was the same level of surprise for me.
Oh, man.
I had the
Did you
same
just-
reaction. I was like, "Wait, what?" And I had to rewind it real quick. Like, what just happened?
We're gonna die this episode. This was a mistake.
Everybody watched Attack on Titan. I guess
Well,
you
I
didn't
didn't.
specify
I didn't
who
say
it
who it was. Yeah.
But they
Bro,
should
that
have
was.
watched Attack on Titan.
I was gonna say that was
anyway.
like
They should
5 years
definitely
ago
watch Attack on
too.
Titan.
I think everyone here at least has seen all the way up to the newest season.
Yeah, everyone in the chat, I'd imagine. But we're gonna get that one comment. I haven't
You
seen
spoiled
anything
it.
past the first 3 episodes.
Now I'm anticipating it.
You've ruined my experience.
Yeah, we're gonna get somebody that's mad that they found out that Kite dies in Hunter x Hunter 2.
And then we're gonna have 6 dislikes on every video instead of 6.
Yeah, every
or 7
single
instead of 6.
What a coincidence. Oh.
Oh, we
Well,
talk
I
about how
guess
great
that's-
Overlord is. Yeah, let's keep talking
I don't
about
think
that.
we did. I don't think we talked about that because I don't think that's actually true. It's like
Yeah.
it's decent.
I think Overlord's a solid 7,
Oh.
maybe a low 8.
What
Actually-
I gave every season was a 7. I
I'm not
believe.
an Overlord guy, so
Every season was a 10. So I mean.
I don't
You
know
know-
about that one, Chief.
And all the books were an 11. Okay, but you know, there was one non-Nazarick member that I really liked, and that was
Evil Eye.
Gazif. Okay, Evil Eye too. Okay, no, the Blue Roses. The Blue Roses as a group.
Oh, man.
You know, I always forget about the Blue Roses because they show up in season 2, and then in the light novels they like show up one more time for like 3 pages and never show up ever
Evil Eye
again.
is probably
It's
like my
sad.
second favorite character from the entire series.
I like Evil Eye too, and I like the how that is character development.
Oh no.
Whatever, it's like I'm
Okay.
a good I'm a strict person that doesn't have emotions except for anger and bad emotions, and then I meet Guy, and then my heart starts beating and I become ooh.
You're killing me, man.
That's what happened.
Okay.
That was her
Enough
development.
about Overlord. I think we've done this topic pretty much like all the way, I guess.
Yeah, I think we've
There's not
done
many other like aspects of anime.
Yeah. Not like major aspects.
I guess there's art, but like art varies from anime to anime, so
Art
I think
style
art
is
kinda like-
important.
types more than others. Anyway, it's subjective.
I think
Character
I'd say the
design.
same kind of stuff about art as I would about animation, so
Character design is very important for me.
that's a part of art though.
But yeah, but it's
Yeah.
it's a part of the art style.
It's a
like the art
sub.
style
It's a subgenre.
determines the character design. Yeah, character design is a subgenre of art.
Yeah,
Great. So we're going into a subgenre of a subgenre.
yeah. Which is the noses.
The nose.
Noses are very important to me, which is why God of High School is getting a 4.
Really?
No, it's a joke. No, it's a joke.
Oh, I agree with you here, dude. The noses are really weird.
The
I don't know
noses
why,
are
it's like
really
they're all
weird.
runny, dude.
That was basically that we talked about that like the entire time in the first reaction video we did on it.
4 out of
They're
10.
definitely massive, man. And their ears are weird too.
I think the
Yeah.
noses kind of distract from the ears.
I
thought
didn't
they
even
had-
notice it. I didn't even
They do,
notice
because
it.
I don't remember the years.
I
I
can't
thought all
stop
of them had
staring at the
cauliflower
center.
ear, dude. I was like, dang, are these guys all like boxers?
Like
Fair
megalo
enough.
boxers.
Nice transition.
No, that's not a transition. That was a reference to his profile picture.
You see, you're saying reference, and I'm hearing transition.
Transition into what shows are we watching this season? Whoa.
I was gonna talk about what shows we've recently watched because like this season's kind of barren.
Yeah,
so
let's do that.
I didn't have much to talk about. I was
What?
gonna say I'm gonna watch ReZero season 2 when it comes out, and I'm
Yeah, I
watching
was
God of
gonna
High
say.
School.
ReZero is like, it's a pretty big one. I've been waiting on it for a while. It's in my opinion the best isekai.
Yeah,
so.
I still
Yeah,
haven't
it's
seen
like-
season
Why?
1.
You've
It's like
literally
third
watched
for
like
me.
Dude, I just
that one with like the big boobed elf. You've watched that one
Which one is that?
with the cat girl as well.
Oh,
no,
dude!
no,
no,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Is it
not
wrong
the
to try to
Demon
summon the Demon
Lord.
Lord? Bro, that is so good. That show is so
it's
good.
It's so bad.
I saw Vinny gave it like a 3 or a 4, and I almost said something. I forgot about it until you just brought it up. That show is that show has such good character design. It has such good boobs. It has such good.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
You
such
just
a
like-
good.
Yeah, you got
Okay,
that.
it
Girl,
doesn't
lolly.
go about it a good way. Like the dialogue is bad. The way they like talk and like they smack talk each other, it's bad.
All of
But like the result is so good because he just beats them up, and it's like, oh, overpowered person, yes.
The entire thing is bad. The only part where I even remotely enjoyed was when he was just out in the street and some dude was trying to pick a fight with him.
Yes,
and
that's
just
what I
beat
was
his
talking
ass.
about. I
was
love
like,
that part. I
let's
love
go.
that part. And then I also like the part where he's like,
It's a full anime for me.
what was when he was trying to get her rope or whatever. That do you know the scene?
I
You
can't
know when
honestly
they-
believe that got a season 2.
It got a
It is
season
getting
2.
a season 2. It's getting
I'm
one.
still-
Yeah.
I'm still
Bet.
praying it
I'm
gets
rewatching
canceled.
season 1. And then
Oh,
I'm
but you
watching
don't
it
need to
when that
rewatch
drops.
it. Nothing
I'm
happened.
rewatching it before that season drops.
Schultz,
Oh.
nothing happened.
All I remember
Yes.
is like the cat girl has like a demon inside her or some shit.
No, that was a
And then
different
the demon
person.
comes back
Oh
and the
yeah,
demon's
yeah. And it's like Lolly.
Yo,
Yeah.
Vinny, it all makes sense. There's
I
2
didn't like the
lollies in the
end.
main cast.
I didn't like the
Yeah, I
end. The cat girl was nice. I liked the cat girl.
Does
And I also
Just
like the
Sora have
elf.
a good end?
No, it doesn't. I don't like the ending. The ending was bad. Like when he actually fights the demon lord, I thought it was stupid.
Most
I
of
think
it was
like
terrible.
all isekais just struggle with that, dude. Having like any form of an ending or trying to explain like
True,
Like-
that is true.
I don't know if I've seen the end of an isekai yet.
I've seen
Like
the
a
end
proper
of one,
end.
and it was super mediocre, and it was the familiar of Zero. But I also had a bad taste in my mouth for that anyway, because I literally could not stand the 3rd season of that. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. So it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth for the last season, but it basically ended. I can't say that because none of you have seen it actually.
I haven't.
I don't plan on watching it, so
Yeah, if it's isekai, I guess I should probably watch it.
I guess
It's a harem isekai too, so
Bruh.
it's even better for you.
No.
And I mean,
is it
and the
ecchi
main
or is
girl's
it
a
just
loli
harem?
too, right?
Yeah, she is.
Is it
He's gonna
ecchi or is
come
it
back
just
next
harem?
time and be like,
Incoming.
this
It's-
is the
it's- there
best
was no
anime I've ever
ecchi.
seen.
There was no
It is
ecchi.
ecchi, actually.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could have swore I remember seeing some like with like the
Titties.
maid or whatever.
Yeah.
No,
Schultz is coming back next podcast
but
and talking about how great
yeah,
the
the
series
3rd
is.
season of that was absolutely horrendous. But yeah, the ending to it was like, I don't know.
Isn't it-
Basically, like, just imagine the most boring way you could end an isekai, and that was basically it.
See, I can't imagine that because I think the closest I've even gotten to an ending, probably in what was it called? My friend got me to watch it, Dog Days, which was basically just now we have the ability to go back and forth between worlds. So they just ripped off Inuyasha.
Mm.
I don't think I can't think of an isekai that had an ending that I've seen.
The harm one or the game one from last season with the main female kind of had
Oh,
like an
Bofuri.
ending where they at least wrapped up
I thought it
the
was gonna
real
have a
world.
second season.
I don't think I watched it.
I
just
haven't
kind of
seen
like,
it yet. I'm planning
Yeah,
on
I
watching
think it is getting a second season, but it kind of just had an like if you were gonna wrap it up, like they at least like touched on the real world where a lot of isekai just kind of
I
like
guess
forget
Sword
about
Art
it.
Online did go back and forth between the real world, but it's also a game, so it's a little different.
Yeah, Sword
It's
Art Online's
actually
like
a whole other world. It's
Sword
like
Art Online.
literally
ending with this game, new game problem now.
yeah.
I wish
I
Log
think Sword
Horizon
Art
got
Online,
an
the
ending.
next arc is supposed to be the last one in theory. So I guess we'll see how that's gonna end.
Yeah, I still haven't even watched the first
I mean,
season of
most
War of the
isekai,
Underworld.
like are so interchangeable though. I don't think they ever really get second seasons for the most part.
Exactly. We never see the
sad.
ending. We get that open ending like, ooh, everyone likes the main character
It's
and
like-
he's overpowered now and he's gonna go save the world from whatever disaster it is or whatever corruption's happening.
Where is
They're
season
pretty-
2 of Isekai Wa Smartphone?
Oh,
We don't need that.
Never, please. I don't want to feel forced to watch that because I watched the first season.
If we ever
That
if
was
we
a
ever
long
get
time
that,
ago.
I'm pulling a Nux and
Nah.
like, getting everyone to go review bomb the website.
That stuff's just more like advertisement for the manga, though. Like, it's
Yeah.
not going to be popular enough for it to like get a second season.
See,
But
but who's gonna watch that and go and buy the manga?
Someone
You'd
that
be
likes
surprised,
it.
man. people who like isekai with
Schultz.
yeah,
I didn't like that show actually. That was my least favorite Isekai I've ever seen. That and Death March. Death March
Probably
was
because
horrendous.
it
yeah,
was
Death March.
basically
Yeah,
just,
I was gonna
here's
bring
a
up Death
phone.
March too.
Here's my phone. I'm broken now.
Yeah,
What happens if he
isekais
loses
have
his
actually broke
phone?
me.
He
I
can't
used to
lose
like
it.
watch a ton of isekai.
Yeah.
Like what?
I
The
used to-
screen just cracks and he's screwed.
I used to watch a lot of Isekai and a lot of Ecchi, and I've kind of retracted from both of
surprised.
those.
So
Bro,
surprised.
Ecchi was
God.
like my early time in anime when I first got into it. I like watched
Oh,
every
yeah.
single one when I was like
Got quite
15.
a few phones.
Yeah, I got shit like Mocking Key. That was like my third anime when I started hardcore getting into anime.
I think
And even then, I really liked it.
Rosa-
I'm proud.
Rosario plus Vampire is one of my first when I started getting into it too.
I tried watching that not that long ago, man. And I could not make it through season 2.
There's titties in the second season though. There's no bare titties in the first season.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah,
not
the
a good
titty
sales
part has
pitch.
kind of
And there's a
worn off of me
lolly
by
in
now.
second season. It's a win-win. Why aren't you watching the second season?
Lollies don't really hit me, to be honest.
I just want to point
Unless they're
out.
wholesome.
Yeah, I just want to point
Yeah,
out
they're
last
wholesome.
episode. Schultz was like, I just want to point out
Where's
last
the
episode.
wholesomeness?
Yeah,
I
it
just
was
want to
very
point out
rare
last
for me to say
episode.
wholesome.
Schultz ended it with like, "Oh yeah, I like lollies, but not in a lewd way." And this episode, he's over here like, "There's lollies and bare chest in the second season in the same."
There's not.
sentence.
No. Hold on. There was two different things. It's not like I don't remember seeing the lolly's breast. I think she's just there as like the little sister of the. It is
I'm just
wholesome.
saying.
It is wholesome because she has problems with her sister, I think, and they resolve them, and they are good sisters
Isn't
now.
Yeah, they compared cup sizes, and next thing you know, they were good.
No, I don't think that happened.
Wasn't that High School DxD with like Koneko?
Okay, that is-
had literally a lolly boy that they were doing that to.
I didn't.
So,
Yeah, that Gasper is garbage. I hate Gasper.
Jasper he shouldn't have existed.
Kaneko is low key top girl. Not even gonna
Low key?
Low
no,
key.
not at all. Not even close.
low key. Her and Zenobia and Akino are top 3 for me. Low key.
Akino and Zenobia and everyone else can just not be in the whole series.
Okay, you know, this is the one time I'm gonna praise character development. Koneko has
Oh,
good
man.
character development. She. What is that? Dari, where it's like, or Dari, where it's like the person
Dari?
that's really not. It's not exactly.
Kudere?
Yeah, no, it's not Sundari. It's the other one. It's Kuderi. Kuderi, I think.
I said that.
Oh, did you? I didn't even hear you. I thought you said Sundari. But it's like where she's blocked off from the main protagonist, and then she becomes like
yeah.
super. I loved that. I love to see the development.
I feel like a lot of people like to see that. It's just not for the right reason.
I feel like Schultz liked it for the wrong reasons as well, and now he's covering it up.
No, it's because character development.
He said, dude, it was because of the plot and character development. It was.
It low
That's
key
what it was.
is a good show even without the etchy.
Oh my god.
Where?
I liked the fights. The fights.
One
What do you mean?
season
I
had-
love his power. His power is
The
amazing.
fight
Not the one where he's
powers,
not the one where he gets rid of
freaking
clothes.
evil.
No, not that one. The one where he like gains double the power every minute or whatever.
Yeah, by sucking on stone.
No, that's not his actual power. His power is every 10 seconds he doubles his power or something. I don't remember what it was.
I remember liking the original season, and then I watched the newest one when it first came out.
The Opie dragon in the newest
Yeah,
season.
yeah, and he was like, poke the nipple to get the power. I'm like,
The newest season is by far the worst one, but still, the other 3 are good. I think the second season is the best, probably.
It's at best
agree
like
with
a
that.
6.
Third season
It's
was
at best
easily
a
the
9.
worst. Easily.
A 9.
No, it's an 8. I said best. I could see myself giving it a 9, but
I
it's an
legitimately
8.
thought about I compared DxD to a bunch of other anime like just yesterday, and I was like, nah. 4x1 for every single
Yeah,
season.
honestly, I might need to do that too, because I think I gave it a pretty high score.
DxD
Or at
was
least
my
the second
favorite
season.
anime when I watched it.
So now
Oh
the
my
third
God.
season's a solid 3.
But I think I'd watched Fate Zero, like Death Note, Sword Art Online.
I mean,
I'd
Sword
seen
Art
some
Online.
other shows like Black Butler, Welcome to the NHK, Fully Cooley, Elfen Lied, and Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I'd seen all those shows, and High School DxD was
Please
my
don't
favorite
compare.
show.
Please don't compare DxD to Brotherhood.
Oh, it's fine.
I wouldn't now. Right now, I'd say Brotherhood is better, but back then, Brotherhood was my. I like DxD way better than Brotherhood. Oh, I'd seen Attack on
Wait.
Titan as well.
Vinny, you remember last episode when Schultz said Dr. Stone was better than Brotherhood?
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
It is.
So far,
Like, not
so-
that you
so
like
far.
it, but like I can understand liking it more, but like it's like factually better.
That's
No.
gonna be a no for
There
me.
is no objectively better anime.
Brotherhood is better than Dr. Stone. I cannot stress it.
I can name like 18 shows that are better than Brotherhood. Hold on.
Where? Please.
Actually,
Please.
I don't have them all. I don't have my top 25 written down. It's in my head, but I could tell you my top 10 that
In
are
my
better.
head.
I know I had Mob Psycho, One Punch Man.
One Punch Man
Uh,
is
ReZero, My Hero
I still-
Academia, Seven Deadly Sins, No Game No Life. They're all better than Brotherhood.
God.
Well, My Hero Academia is my favorite series, but even I'm not going to claim it's better than Brotherhood.
You like it better. That's all that matters. That's what I mean when I say it's better. I like it better.
Okay, but
You
objectively,
should have specified that.
of Seven Deadly Sins
It's the same thing.
of all anime.
Wait, what?
The third season of Seven Deadly Sins just sent it to like the bottom of all anime. So I don't want to hear that.
I
it's
haven't
better
seen
than-
it. I haven't seen it yet, so that doesn't
You haven't
count.
seen the newest season?
Nope.
Oh my goodness, it was garbage.
Yes, I've
That's
heard
an
that a lot.
understatement. It's funny because Schultz is like the biggest Seven Deadly Sins fan I know, and it's like the only person I know who's watched the other two seasons hasn't seen the newest one yet.
I'm
I
not
don't
even
wanna
a
watch-
big fan of it. I just like Escanor.
I don't want to hear it. Every time we're on like a podcast or a call or in a conversation, you talk about how great Seven Deadly Sins is because of Escanor.
Bond's cool too, I guess.
I guess.
Yes.
I guess Meliodas he was alright at first.
When was he ever all right?
Bond is probably the best character in the series.
I agree. Bond's probably easily
He's
my
my
favorite.
he's my
Yeah,
second
he
favorite
just
after
absolutely got
Escanor.
like kicked to the wayside.
After
It's a
Escanor.
shame.
He's a big.
they, like,
They're both
develop-
simps.
Oh my god.
That's totally
I
fine.
thought that's
I'm
where you were
totally
going
fine
with it.
Bond being a simp.
Yeah, I like
well.
Bond when he gets the haircut from that girl that was trying to kill him.
Oh man, Bond's not a simp. If he was a simp, he wouldn't have gotten anything out of it. He ended up well, I'd say that's a good deal.
That's fair. Yeah, that's true. No, being in a relationship means you're a simp. Hold on, you almost tricked me there. You almost tricked me. Liking a girl means you're a simp. I forgot. You almost tricked me.
I don't know, man. I think
You
he
almost
likes Meliodas now.
deceived me.
The pause while he was just processing was the best.
I thought you tricked me.
It would seem like such a serious
Wait, how do you watch
consideration.
romance anime then?
There's
Are they,
there's
no
like
one's
two
just like, well,
decent
this
romance
Tensee's a simp
anime.
every
He
time.
doesn't like romance anime at all.
There's like
Because
two
they're-
decent. There's two good romance anime, and the rest
If
are
I-
like okay. Let's see. I'll
You
tell
don't
I'll
have
tell
a high
you.
score girl on that list. I hope you know I'm disowning you.
No, okay, that is a decent show. I'll give you
High
them in
score.
order. Let's see. There's two really good romance anime. Let me rephrase. So
God.
there's two really good. There is High School D. No, I'm joking. There is Bunny Girl Senpai and Your Lie in
Okay.
April are top tier for me. They're in my top 25. Let's see. And below that, I've got Plastic Memories is pretty good. There's not really much romance until the end, I guess.
That's fair. That's fair.
There isn't much. Well, I guess in most romance shows, there's not really a payoff. But Chunabu, Love and Delusions.
Everybody knows that the payoff in romance anime is when they hold hands. Okay?
Hey, I don't
Yeah.
even get a
Don't try to
kiss.
disrespect.
You can't leave them in shade like that, man.
I think those are the only ones I'd say that are really good. Like are good. There's really good, and then the other three I said are good, and then like High Score Girl is decent. I can't even think of any other decent ones. The rest are
Does
just
that mean,
like garbage.
Does that mean you haven't really watched any shoujo?
No,
Oh.
Lumen to You is actually garbage. Like one of the worst shows
Woman
I've
to You
seen.
is a Yuri, so it's
Yeah.
not quite a shoujo like he's talking about.
That's not shoujo. It's a female main character,
Pretty
isn't it?
sure it's a shoujo, yes, but it's still Yuri. It's not exactly what he's talking about.
Well, I don't think I've seen many shoujo. No. What is an
I think he's
example of a
talking,
shoujo?
Where's
and
Spring Ride?
yeah,
What?
stuff
Where's
like
Spring Ride?
Or you know,
That kinda
Kimi ni
stuff.
Todoke, the best shoujo?
I haven't even heard any. I think I've heard of that show. I haven't heard of either of the other ones you guys said.
Oh my god.
It's honestly like the most innocent romance I've ever seen. And
Zombieland
it's, like, kind of
Saga
eyes.
sucks. That's another one.
Even the melodrama doesn't feel that bad because she just takes everything so well.
Melodrama,
Just own it.
melodrama is so bad in anime. There's no such thing as
Oh, it's
good
awful.
melodrama.
Oh my god. Schultz, you're killing me tonight, man. You're killing me.
They're
Y'all are
definitely-
bringing out my hot takes. I can't help it. Y'all are like, ooh, we know he doesn't like this. Let's talk about it.
No, you picked the topic.
Wasn't talking about shoujo. Y'all asked me. Y'all had to bring that garbage up.
Oh my god.
Speaking of, I guess it's not garbage, but it's pretty mid. I'm watching. I don't know if it is a shoujo. I don't think it is, but it kind of is at the same time. Kimi to Boku. like you and me, I guess.
I think it is listed as a shoujo just because it has like pretty boys
Yeah.
doing pretty boy things.
Does that mean
Very-
Oran Host Club is shoujo?
Oh
Wait,
yeah,
it
that's
is.
true.
I mean, it's shoujo,
I
but
was being
it's good.
ironic. I was being ironic, but that's a good shoujo. I was like pretty
Yeah.
boys. He said pretty boys and Oran Host Club. I forgot that the main character is a girl.
I mean-
yeah, that is a good shoujo. You're
Uh,
right. I have one good shoujo I've seen.
One. Oh my god.
One
I mean,
singular.
we're 1-for-1.
No, I'm not one for one.
It's like
true.
Yona of the Dawn. It's really good.
Is Vampire Knight shoujo?
Yeah, that one's an interesting case though because of how action oriented it is and story driven.
I mean, Banana Fish is actually a shoujo.
Cap. It is not shoujo.
It is though.
The main character is not a girl.
Oh my god.
Well, shoujo just means targeted towards
Yeah.
females.
Oh, well, yeah. I didn't know that. Okay.
Promise Neverland is a shonen, and the main character isn't a guy.
Two of the main characters are guys.
I mean, technically, because it's like a trio of main characters, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah, but like
the
the
main
character.
character is the girl.
Is Emma the main character? She's just
No,
kind of.
Phil's the main character.
No, I don't. I
Phil's
mean,
obviously
Emma
the main.
and whatever the other dude's name is, they're literally like on
Phil.
the same level. Like they're all
Phil.
just as prevalent in the show to me.
Yes, Phil is the most prevalent character.
Oh my, get out of here, Phil.
Clearly
I'll
Phil's
drop
best
kick
character.
Phil.
Yeah, one of y'all needs to just edit Phil in over the screen for this episode, please.
I am editing, so I will not be doing that because Phil's another garbage character out of all of them in Promised
I'm
Neverland.
just gonna spam Phil in the comments. I hope you know that.
Phil. That's a show that is a good example of a show that is has a good world and a cool story, but not great characters.
What?
I can see why you dislike the characters, but
But they're
I
not
think,
like badly done.
No.
Yeah.
I don't say it's badly done. I'm saying I don't like the characters.
Oh, okay.
I feel
That's
like
fair.
their like development and backstory is also like already kind of hard to do just because of the setting. Because they've basically just kind of been forced into this life.
Mhm.
Well, no, but you know, like Emma's the super athletic one. The white hair guy's the brains of the operation, and the other guy is the
Sasuke.
There's
Sasuke.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's pretty
Operation.
smart too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all
The
pretty
memory guy.
big-brained.
The
I
memory
don't know.
guy.
Norman's like on
Norman,
like
that's his name.
L levels of like
Yeah, that could be
insight.
a big complaint. Is like they're so freaking big brained, but I guess that is like kind of their deal because all
Yeah,
the
they don't,
dumb kids
otherwise
get
they'd be
sent
dead.
to-
Yeah. They've already been not so prevalent anymore. What I want to know is, what food are they giving the children, man? It's never
Actual
addressed.
food, just actual food.
But are we sure about that, man?
Why would they be wasting precious livestock on them?
I mean, I could see like supplements and stuff just because they're supposed to be like eating the brains.
Yeah, probably just
Vitamins,
a lot of fruit.
fruit, and
Yeah, huh.
eggs. What's good for your brain?
I
What
guess
if-
thinking back on the characters, I guess the only ones I really liked were Sister Crone, Ray.
She was kind of cool. I mean, no, I'm
I
not
don't
saying the
think-
characters are bad. I mean, they're like all right
Yeah.
characters. I didn't really dislike the main cast. They were just really
That's
mid
fair.
to me.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be really important the next season now that you know what happened, how well they can world build from here on top of what they've already done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That one's very much like driven by the world building.
Well, I mean, a lot of people like the characters though. Like a lot of people.
Bill.
There's a
think-
lot of Emma simps, bro.
I think
I
Emma
don't-
honestly might be my least favorite just because she has that like happy-go-lucky like kind of generic anime protagonist vibe, trying to
Oh.
save everybody.
All
Not
I'm
really
saying-
realistic, but it clashes with the world real well. So
All I'm saying, man, is one of the characters is filling up my favorites list.
Oh, you cut out there. What was
I said one of the characters is filling up my favorites list.
that?
which one?
Phil.
Phil.
Oh, is that like the young smart one?
Yes.
Yeah, the one that's
With
in
the
frame
ooh
for like 15 minutes of the entire show.
Okay,
He
but
gets more
Ahsoka
screen
Ahsoka
time than
gets
that.
Sacrifice, okay?
For real.
Sacrifice.
He's got to do all the hard work by himself.
Yeah, no one
Yeah.
can be disrespecting my boy Phil like that.
responsibility lies on Phil.
Plus, he's taking the most risk out of anyone as well.
What is he even gonna? No, he's not, bro. He's perfectly safe because he's so smart that like there's no risk to him.
No, man, he helped him get out. No risk my foot.
Like
Franklin's going first,
the
it's him.
things are gonna be like, you 5-year-old, you lit them out. We're gonna punish you now.
Yes,
No,
they
they're
don't
not.
care.
He's like 5. He don't know any better.
We're eating them anyway.
Yeah, but that's why since he's so smart, they're like, we had to wait for this one to be ripe, like Hisoka with Gon and Killer.
Oh my god.
Right.
This back to okay. Somehow,
Oh.
somewhere.
So I want that GIF playing where Hisoka's like, oh, Gon, and he's like bending backwards, like floating around, moaning.
You know, all I'm saying is I think I know why Schultz liked Hisoka so much.
Because he's a
Hisoka
good
liked
character, and he's
Gon,
funny, and he's
Schultz
strong.
likes lollies.
There's a correlation there. He likes something, I like something. Hey.
I don't feel like I need to elaborate further.
Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I guess. I mean, what other anime have you guys seen recently?
Naruto.
Well, I know you've seen nothing but Naruto for about 47 years.
Okay, I'm gonna name off.
It's been
Um,
1 year and 7 months now. I just calculated it the other day.
Okay, since hold on, we're 3 months from February. Since May, I've seen Magi, Parasite, Diamond No Ace, Blade Dance of the Elementals or whatever, Kenichi, Durara, and I'm watching Ippo and K-On! Right now, and God of High School. And I finished Naruto.
Yeah, outside of the seasonal stuff, I'm watching like Full Metal Panic, and then I finished NHK before I watched that. Cause like I have like one main anime I watch, and then I will watch like the seasonal stuff.
Did you like NHK?
I did.
Not really.
I didn't either. It's
I
like
was
bottom
disappointed
5.
by it. The first half was alright, but the second half like repeated plot points and
I don't think the
character
ending was great
development.
either.
What did you
stagnated.
give it?
I don't know. I struggled between a 6 and a 7.
I give it
I
a
gave it a
5.
7,
Yeah.
just because I was enjoying the first half, but
It's bottom 10 anime for me, I think.
that's a bit extreme.
Out of
Gave it a
300 completed.
Yeah, I was
I-
definitely disappointed by it, given its high regard and everything, because I've known about it for such a long time. But
I just picked it up. I had no prior thoughts on it or anything. I didn't hear any hype. I just disliked it that much.
Oh god.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it because that was like 5 years ago. But I gave it a 5 years ago. Like I thought Vampire Knight was better than Welcome to the
Oh
NHK.
my god, that's cap.
Oh my goodness.
They were close. They were close. They're both really bad. But Welcome to the NHK.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
It's okay. Fully Cooley was worse than both of them.
That Vampire Knight
Oh,
and just already know it's bad.
Vampire
I
Knight is
mean-
really bad. It is really bad.
I'm kind of surprised you don't like it more with the whole sisters thing you got going on. Shows.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember. It's been like 5 years ago. I don't remember much about it. I just remember I disliked it a lot,
Yeah, fair.
and that it was just like vampire boys. I was like, no, I don't want to watch this, but I'm gonna finish it. It was shoujo, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah,
Pretty sure Vampire Knight JoJo, yeah.
not a good one, but
I feel like there's like, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of like really good JoJo's though.
yeah, that's fair.
Y'all were just
I feel
hyping
like-
shoujo up to me. What are y'all on? Y'all was like, you should
What?
watch more shoujo. What the heck?
I listed, there is enough that you should have seen, okay? But like, the genre itself is kind of weak.
Well, I feel
Overall.
like we've also got to remember we're not the target audience for shoujo necessarily.
No,
What
but
do you
at the
mean?
same time, I still
We're
feel
young
like
boys.
they're
That is the target audience of JoJo.
Oh my god.
Young women. We're all young women.
Wait, who?
We're all young women. We're the target audience.
Oh yes.
Oh,
okay. Let's not do that.
oh my
No man, I'm
goodness.
gonna get all that. We gotta get the Simpson.
We have a special female guest, Colina.
That actually legitimately scared me.
Sorry.
I didn't know who it was at first.
I guess a good recent JoJo's Fruits Basket.
I still
That's
didn't
kind of a
watch
remake.
Oh,
I mean,
oh
yeah.
yeah, I guess that's true.
I
remake.
almost watched the original, but instead I was like, I'm gonna watch Haikyuu instead, and that was the best decision I've ever made in
Well,
my
I
life.
feel like
Yeah, I'm
the-
not gonna argue
For
that.
sure. I mean,
Yeah, I
IQ
know.
is just like,
And plus,
it's
the
not
original doesn't
great.
follow the manga, and that's why they had to remake it.
I feel like sending Schultz to watch the original Fruits Basket would be the ultimate test of how little he actually cares about art and anime. Because as good as Fruits Basket is, both of them sucked in that one.
And then what was the other stuff good though?
I mean, Fruits Basket has a really
Okay,
good
yeah.
score.
The one anime I really think of when it's like has pretty shitty animation but really good everywhere else is like Gon Kamui. I
haven't seen
nearly
Golden Kamui.
dropped Gon Kamui when they had a CGI bear in the first episode, and I nearly threw up how disgusting it was. But it's actually such a great anime. So I'm glad I didn't drop it, but whenever they have bears on it, it's hard to watch.
Yeah, I can see how that would be hard to bear.
Oh man, this.
Ba-dum.
I can't really think of many that are like good, but they had bad animation.
I mean, in a couple of weeks, we might be seeing Schultz argue Seven Deadly Sins Season 3.
Oh, I
Honestly,
because it's not just
honestly?
the animation.
Oh no, Schultz,
I mean,
stop
a lot
with
of
the joke.
people,
Y'all
a
need
lot
to
of people
look.
defend Black Clover.
I haven't even seen Black Clover.
People,
Oh,
Okay,
Black
okay.
Clover. I mean, my hot take is Black Clover never got better. So
Black Clover has like really bad animation most of the time. Credit where credit is due, and I don't like giving Purod much credit because it's like my least favorite studio. When the major fights happen, they do tend to bring
Yeah.
in someone better to handle it.
I mean, they look.
they did do that,
They
but
got
they're,
some Microsoft Paint shit, to be honest.
yeah, they
Like,
and that
that's
one
how
big
dumb
fight
art
when like Asa first got his like demon form.
That's the
I
one I'm
do
talking
not-
about mainly.
That one had some like
It had
weird
some-
moments in
yeah.
it, like the trees.
It had some weird moments, but I feel like it's more weird like the original Sasuke versus Naruto, or like what's the other example I'm thinking of here?
Naruto
Pain
versus
versus
Pain.
Naruto. Yeah.
Yeah,
Where it's not really bad animation, it's just weirdly
Yeah.
styled.
yeah. I mean, another problem with it was like
For the
they
frame.
use a lot of lines to like just generic like Vinny was saying MS Paint lines.
Yeah.
Like little like Thunderbolt stuff. I'm like, what is this?
And
This
most
isn't
of
the
the,
move.
yeah, most of the animation in between is like major fights is not good at all. Like not even like the
Black
happening.
Clover likes a lot of the, for their quote unquote like really good animation. They love the like flying around at like 100 miles an hour, like getting flung
Basically
everywhere.
making the backgrounds completely useless.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
they
and,
can
like-
focus more on the frames that are already extremely like under detailed anyway. I don't know. People were
Yeah.
freaking out about the fight scenes and acting like they were like, because there was one that was like really hyped up to be like a super top tier animated fight, and I was like, man,
Might
it's-
have been the
it's
Yami
good
fight.
animated, like it's
Probably
animated
is.
well because there's zero detailing, so it
Yeah.
doesn't even look all that great.
When you simplify the art style, it doesn't have to have
That's
as
why
much done
the
to
stuff
it.
in Demon Slayer was insane, because it was animated so well and it looked amazing.
Yeah,
to
but
me.
You guys are like,
it's
oh,
really
I can
good,
see
dude.
the cracks in his fingernail, therefore it's a 10 out of 10. I'm like, I remember y'all were freaking out in that movie. You guys saw his
Sort of
fingers
the Stranger
moving.
Thing.
You guys
okay,
watching his fingers moving, like, oh my god, his fingers are moving. Oh,
The animation was that smooth for something so little.
why does it matter if he grabs the sword or if he like moves all his fingers and grabs it?
It's about how good it looks.
It doesn't have to. I'm not saying it'll ruin it if the animation is good, but you gotta
Y'all say
respect
animation
the
is
hustle
really
when it is.
important. Y'all do.
Yeah, but
Y'all
It
say,
is. It's a
Beyond it.
visual medium.
yeah, and I'm watching
Yeah.
it. I'm watching it like a podcast. I'm watching it for the plot. I might as well just be listening to it. Like, I'm not even gonna watch it.
Well,
I'm
I
just
guess
gonna
you might
listen
like
to it.
Black Clover. Well, actually,
I probably
Black Clover
would.
has very bad characters and stories.
Oh.
I don't know,
Are there
man.
overpowered
Yami is
people
pretty
in it?
broken.
Yeah, I'd probably like it.
Yeah,
Talking about
there
Black
might
Clover.
Is magic an overpowered character? Okay, yeah.
there is
Bet.
indeed magic for sure.
He's gonna love it. He's gonna love it. He's
yeah,
gonna
he
come back
probably
and like,
will, but the characters are like just super cardboard cutout.
I've been waiting to
Whoa.
watch it since like episode 10 because I was just waiting
I
for it to
actually just
stop
dropped it
airing.
recently.
I was waiting for it to stop
you
airing,
finally
but it
dropped it?
never stopped.
Yeah, I finally dropped it this season.
You
dude,
literally,
because, like,
I remember you saying
went-
like you were hoping it was going to actually end at 50 or 52 or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
when it
Yeah.
actually had an ending
and then
set.
it had an extension, and you had to keep watching it.
I watched it until like this big arc finished, and then it went on a break, and I was like, man, I'm so much more happy now.
I was the
I don't-
opposite. I was like waiting to watch it until episode 52, and then it just never stopped, so I never started it.
I mean, it sounds like something up your alley, but normally I'd say that's for the better. But
Yeah.
because honestly, in my opinion, even though people said people only hate it because Asta's yelling, like that was like the least of my problems with it. And it didn't truly start getting good until like episode like 50 or 60. And after that, it had some good moments.
I
They
mean,
were way too far in between.
I would say when the people say it gets better, I agree, but it's kind of like it goes from fairy tale territory to the first 2 seasons of Seven Deadly Sins territory.
So it goes
Yeah,
from a
without
7
the
to a
animation.
9. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
8 to a 9, I mean. Okay.
My God.
No, not at all. No, more like it goes from like a 4 to like a 6.
And at least like
Fairy
in Seven
Tail
Deadly Sins
4.
had some like decent
No, I
characters like
didn't get
Bond,
Fairy Tail
but, like
4, but
Black
Bond
Clover
was-
to me, there's like all the characters are just people love Yami, but again, he kind of fits that Escanor territory where he's
no.
just like, oh, I'm really fucking cool.
Yami
Got a
Yugi.
cigarette.
Yes,
But-
I mean, I like Yami Yugi
He
better.
never loses. He never loses.
Because he cheats.
Yugi Moto is kind of lame. Yami Yugi, though? Mm.
Yami Yugi is chef's kiss. You
Yeah,
see his
exactly.
hair?
That's what I did. That's what I did with my hands. I did it. It's beautiful.
Unlike Ash, who loses.
No,
Like,
no,
in
Ash
every
is pretty
season.
lame. So
The Beta Ash versus the Chad Yami Yugi.
exactly,
Exactly.
for real. Even when I was collecting the cards, it was like Pokemon cards, like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Ooh,
Yeah, dude, I actually play the Yu-Gi-Oh game. Does anyone
Yeah.
know how to play the Pokemon game?
Exactly.
No.
The
Card
Yu-Gi-Oh
game?
game is actually fun.
Apparently, Now knows how to play it. He said he like won a tournament playing and won like $500 playing Pokemon in the Discord. I was like, what? I was like, I've never heard of anybody playing. He's like, I play it. I've played it. I'm good at it. I've won a tournament. And I'm like, really? I'm like, you really did? I was like, I literally have not met a single person. There's been like 4 people in that tournament.
I tried playing it once. It's speed. I'd rather play more Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, I'm just saying, I did not have many Pokemon cards, but I sold them, and I still have my Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Pokemon games are good, but the Pokemon card game
Yeah.
is trash.
Video
you don't
games.
collect Pokemon
Yeah.
cards for the game. You collect them just to collect them.
That's what
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
I used to open them up back when I actually had a Pokemon YouTube channel, so I have a
Link
whole
in the
box of them that
description.
I opened up on YouTube and just sitting in there because I don't know what to do with them.
Link in the description below, potentially.
Potentially.
It's on private.
Potential
killed it.
comeback. Potential comeback.
Why did potential comeback? Yeah. Schultz, if
channel
he
for
comes
some
back,
reason.
you have to come back too.
Bet. That's a bet.
Oh, that's dead and gone, dude. I can't play Pokemon anymore. It's gone really bad for me.
You just gotta bring your channel back at all, man. Then Schultz has to start uploading too.
Mm,
Wait, what was his old YouTube?
I still have it. I still YouTube. I still have it.
He just doesn't upload.
It's me, a boy, Weep Strength here.
Yeah,
Uh,
accurate.
Weightlifting, and then anime, top anime openings and endings.
Mine was like Pokemon Wi-Fi battles. Hell, even Vinny did it with me because I got him into it
I
initially.
did.
I
I had
remember you said that, and I was wondering because he brought that up
I had
before.
So many channels. Because every time I had a new favorite Pokemon, I'd have a new channel themed around that Pokemon.
oh god.
And it was bad. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
They're
that
all
sounds-
dead and gone, except they're actually like not. But I'm like too lazy to go delete them.
Well, you gotta send us the link to one of them.
I mean, I actually have some private videos on my main YouTube that I use when I tried to restart a comeback, like a year after I deleted my main channel. But it won't be too interesting.
I don't know, man. You got me. You got my attention. I'm curious.
Alright, yeah, sure. Can hear 16-year-old me trying to flex at being good at Pokemon when I'm really not.
I don't know, man.
I'd say we were above average at it.
I'm hearing some humbleness here.
Yeah, I might have been a bit decent, but Vinny was never really good, honestly.
I was
There's like 200 people worldwide that know how to play that game.
But I just didn't want to hurt everyone's feelings.
Yeah.
If you know how to play it, you're already like top 1%.
You'd be
No,
surprised
no,
about
no,
the
the
actual
video game.
It was the video game.
Yeah, the video game.
Okay. I think it meant the card game.
The card game doesn't exist.
No.
Okay?
Yeah.
The card game. If you actually get through the tutorial, you've become the #1 player.
Pretty much. You learn how to play it, and you've already like mastered it. You're already like one of the best in the world.
Okay, but I think that's kind of part of the issue with Pokemon. Like the card game for me is it definitely feels a lot more luck based than Yu-Gi-Oh. Like obviously there's luck in both. It's a card game, but it feels a lot more so with Pokemon.
I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh is more luck based because you've got like you could have your cards at the bottom of the deck and not get anything good.
Well,
I mean if
yeah,
you have a
but with
well balanced
Pokemon,
deck, I guess.
But with Pokemon, you have to put those cards to the side at the start as like the prize cards, and those cards are just gone until you can
Like I don't
get
know
them
how
back.
to play it, and
You
that
know,
just
I
already.
literally don't know how to play the Pokemon card game, so I'm just not even gonna talk about it. I don't know. I
Yeah,
thought I knew how to
that's
play
what
it,
I'm
and then
doing.
you said the prize, and I was like, the what? And never mind. I thought I kind of knew how to play it, but I guess not.
Oh boy. Okay.
So I'm just gonna take your word for it.
And basically, what I'm saying, Yu-Gi-Oh good.
And it's still pretty fun. It's just only if you're playing Gen 5.
Glory days.
Glory days.
Gen 2. best
Pokemon
gen.
Sun and Moon, best Pokemon generation.
I haven't played anything past Emerald, so
And that's Gen 3.
Gen
Really?
3, Gen 3 OP.
Gen 3 is probably my favorite region. I like the Hoenn region.
I like
Yeah, it's a good
Groudon and Whale guy Kyogre are pretty cool.
Kyogre.
Well, guy.
Rayquaza, bro. Rayquaza.
Man, Mudkip's my boy,
Yes, Mudkip. Every time I literally have not played through Emerald, Sapphire, or Ruby without using Mudkip.
Really, like all 3 starters in that generation were good. Like you pick Mudkip, Torchic, or Trico, and you still come out with a really good Pokemon. Like
Yeah.
usually there's like that one
Yeah.
Pokemon off to the side in a generation that's like definitively worse than the other 2.
Yeah,
Except for
but
the first three,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Mudkip though. So
around good.
Mudkip, is a
Mudkip
good
had
boy.
that advantage of like being immune to electric type attacks as well, which is like really helpful in one of the gyms.
Yeah, I didn't look that deeply. I was just Mudkip.
Yeah, no, I didn't pick him for that reason. It's just that I got to the gym and he like couldn't be hurt by anything.
Hey.
I'm like, well, this is dandy.
Oh, there's a guy with one leg running around my street.
Okay. That's pretty
Okay.
random.
Nice.
That's
I
good for
saw
that
him
guy.
running with a leg, a prosthetic leg, like the
Oh,
bouncy one. He had the bouncy leg.
It's like what, like 11 o'clock there? What? The Why is he outside?
Honestly,
Just
I
running?
don't know. He's just running. He's just chilling. I've never seen him before,
Schultz-
but
Schultz
He
is
doesn't
so
want
about to
people
get
seeing his
mugged.
prosthetic leg, and now it's on a podcast.
yeah,
Right.
he's famous
Everyone-
now. He's famous now. All 20 people are gonna hear about that guy.
Well, we just did him a favor.
Yeah, he's gonna be famous.
Listen, man, I ain't complaining about bringing 20 people in.
Oh no, I'm at 20 viewers, but yeah, 20 guests. All right, bet.
Yeah, dude, that's man.
I was talking about viewers.
Oh,
I've got
no,
no
20
complaints with
guests.
20
No, we're
views.
bringing 20 guests in.
Yeah, I don't think that's actually possible.
We could
20
do like
guests
a
in 1
round
week,
robin.
boys.
Everyone gets 10 seconds to talk. Everyone else
Round
is muted.
robin.
Yeah.
Fucking stop. That's ridiculous.
You have 10 seconds to talk about your favorite anime. Go. Okay, your time's up. Your time's up. Ding.
You took too long.
Sorry. Yeah, thanks for being on the show.
I mean, that's definitely a unique idea, I guess.
Yeah.
No one can say we ain't innovated, man.
Yeah, we're very innovative. We have a guest on a podcast. That's innovative. That's
Exactly.
innovative right there.
Exactly.
Not just any guest, a guest with a mega little box profile picture.
Yeah, a retired Pokemon YouTuber. There.
Exactly.
Tired
How
The
specific-
most
yeah, how-
esteemed
Alright.
guest you
Who-
can have.
Who has had a guest that's a retired Pokemon YouTuber, and he has a mega little box profile picture, and his name is Kyle, and he's 22.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we're the only.
Exactly.
Possibly
You can't get
first.
more innovative than that.
For real, man. For real.
How we doing on time, Vinny?
It's been about an hour and a half. We could definitely wrap it up.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good amount of time.
Well, y'all got anything else you wanted to bring up?
I want to cycle back to when you were saying Naruto didn't have that good character development, or Naruto's. I didn't get the chance to speak on that at the start. I disagree. Like, yes, he doesn't change as much as some characters in shorter series, but if you go back and like look at the first episode and then go and watch the last episode, he's going to have changed like a very noticeable amount.
Yeah, I mean Naruto does follow him. I said Naruto does follow him, but I was talking about the anime. It sounded weird. The anime follows him like from when he's like really young, obviously, and they even show flashbacks that are younger, so it's pretty much like you watch him grow up.
Exactly. Most people don't have like a just drastic overnight change, like, oh, I'm 12 and now I'm 16. So, you know,
Yeah, but
I'm just a
most of the
completely
journey,
new person.
most of the journey was trash. At least in OG, the journey, the character development, I didn't like.
He didn't change a ton in OG though, which you don't expect. I don't know many 12-year-olds that are like changing overnight, man.
Yeah, but I didn't like watching him grow up until he was. I liked it better when it time skipped to him being grown up.
Okay, that's fair. I can agree with that. I liked Shippuden better as well.
Yeah, time skips are better than. I like time skips. I think time skips, when handled correctly,
yeah.
are. Well, I mean,
Say.
I can't even think of like a bad example of a time skip, but I think that time skips can make an anime way more interesting.
I don't know if it's a bad time skip, but the one in Fairy Tail is pretty good.
No, I was about to say
Yeah.
post time skip Fairy Tail is like my favorite parts.
Oh my god.
The fairy games,
That was the
The
argument that really
games?
killed it for me.
the tournament is amazing.
Yeah, I was super hyped for the tournament, dude. But like,
I loved it.
when I don't know when they hyped up those other two Dragon Slayers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they hyped them up, and like I was like, oh shit, this fight's about to be popping, and then like Gaji and Natsu were just like, ah.
That's the
Yeah,
point.
they
That's
were-
the
No, it
best
wasn't
part.
Gajo
That is the
in,
best
Natsu.
part. That's the best part.
Like-
Is he destroys people that got hyped up. That's the best.
Natsu
Yeah,
could
but
have done
it
by
didn't feel very
himself.
Well,
satisfying.
they basically had Natsu do it by himself. They slapped Gaji
Oh,
on
yeah,
that like
that's
minecart
right.
thing just so they could have Natsu 1v1
Yeah, that was
and
even
1v2
worse.
Exactly.
And that was
God,
supposed to be
best
like
part.
the climax of the arc too, and it was just like, oh man.
I know, dude. I remember being so pumped for him, being like, man, this just does not feel satisfying.
But you didn't like
I don't know.
But even besides that, you didn't like the games.
I did.
Oh, cut out. Oh,
No,
boy.
I
That's
did
probably,
think
yeah,
that
that's
was
probably
like
the
that's.
most the series
Yeah,
changed.
it actually wasn't that one. It was the one after. I remember like leaving off when it was like something about the celestial, like I don't know.
Keys.
I hated
Yeah,
the
something
Celestial.
They were like rebelling.
That was by far the worst arc. That's why I dropped Fairy Tail the first time.
Lucy was shit. I'm gonna be honest.
Pretty much.
Lucy is
Pretty much.
absolute
I agree.
garbage.
Nobody's
I
coming back.
agree with you there. I agree.
God.
Man,
Maybe
like-
it would have been better
I
without
mean,
Lucy.
the females of Fairy Tail.
If
in general.
Lucy wasn't
I mean,
there,
there's
they couldn't lewd her.
Oh my god. That's
Every
another
yeah.
thing. There was too
scene
much.
already
there
like clothes
Yeah.
ripped off.
There's not even that much
Really?
etchy in that show.
Are you kidding? There was like fan service every
No,
other.
there
minute.
was concentrated fan
Like,
service at
Etchy,
some
but
parts.
It was just fan service at every possible moment.
Dude, there was literally points where Lucy like just had like barely a top on for like the entire arc.
Sometimes that was just her
I
entire,
don't remember
like just her
that.
entire outfit to start with.
And the entire thing is just torn to shreds. After that, nothing
yeah.
happens.
But, like,
I
remember
didn't
that?
even think about that. I didn't even think about that. I was too invested in the story and the fight to even notice.
Oh my god, in Fairy Tail.
story.
Fairy Tail is almost made my top 25 out of 300
Oh,
shows.
Almost.
Oh.
I think
I could have
15-year-old
understood if
me
you had
would
only
agree.
seen 30 anime, but
I
you've seen
agree.
like almost 300, so
I
it's
could-
different, or a little over 300 now.
I could
Some-
understand it almost making the top 25 if you've seen a solid 26 anime.
You know what? You
I don't
guys
know.
need to stop
Fairy
making
Tail.
fun of Fairy
to
Tail.
be fair,
or
dude,
else.
like then he's talking all this stuff, but he
Dude,
watched Fairy Tail like
I
5
did
times.
like it. I did not watch it 5 times.
I watched it
okay?
twice.
I watched it twice as well, to be fair, I
I
guess.
watched
But
some of it twice,
Dude,
but
that's
that
the
was
thing, dude. I don't
also
rewatch
like
anything.
literally the first month I was even watching anime in general.
see, I watched it the first like time when I was like, I don't know, early middle school, and loved it to death. Rewatched it like, I don't know, a year and a half ago, and hated it.
I watched it in middle school, loved it. Rewatched it like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, loved it even more.
Wow.
Panther
Oh, that
Lily is
character
so
development.
cool. Panther Lily, he's like. I remember there was
Oh,
this.
God.
I have a
Here we go
screenshot.
again.
One of the best parts in anime ever is when he's built up this character that loves kiwis, and actually no, it's just a side thing because they're like Happy has fish. The other Wendy's cat, I don't remember her name, likes something else. Is like, what is he like? And he's like, I like kiwis. And then he's like, at the very end of the show, he's like, oh, there's a box of kiwis, because he's like in the battlefield. He's like, what is this doing here? And he like runs over there with his little feet,
You're
and he's like,
telling me
it's
it's so good
cannonballs.
because
He's like, wait, these aren't kiwis, these are cannonballs. And I died. I lost it. I had to pause it and like sit there and laugh for
That
3
was-
minutes.
What you're telling me is
That one joke they built up for 17 seasons, that's
Yeah.
what sold it for you.
that's
Yeah.
it. It's 10 now.
It was
Went
that.
from a 1 to a 10.
It was so funny. You guys obviously didn't remember it. You guys don't remember it. You guys must have skipped it. You guys must have gone to the bathroom
Yeah,
when that
dude.
was on. Or
I
something.
might
That
have
one
not made it
joke
that
that
far.
was incredibly
If I
insignificant.
would
Yeah,
have seen that Kiwi joke, I might have gave it a 10. Honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't know, man. If I had seen that Kiwi joke, I'd have been.
Exactly. You guys just missed out. I don't know what y'all just
guess
must
I
not have been
just
paying
didn't know
attention.
what it
I would have like went through an
took.
entirety of Gintama being like, this is inferior. Where's the Kiwi joke?
It's kind of scary that I'm afraid I'm gonna watch Gintama and be like, yeah, Fairy Tail's legitimately better than this.
If you
Honestly,
ever even come close to that, I'm gonna have serious problems.
If Gintama is an 8, if I give it an 8, there's a good chance I like Fairy Tail more than that.
Oh my.
You're not.
I mean, I've given some seasons of Gintama an 8, but
Would you give any season of Fairy Tail an 8? Though?
Both
No.
of them are 8, yeah.
Oh my god.
Almost a
No.
9. I was like, should I give it a 9 or an 8? I'm like, 8. I'll give it an 8 to be on the safe side.
And I ate this.
I
no,
want to rewatch it before I watch the new season.
Should I give it a
too.
9 or
not to mention like
a 10?
A
even when
10
the
or
manga
11.
ended, like it had a bad ending as well, so there wasn't
Didn't
even
he-
any point to
Didn't
keep
he
watching.
do that like stupid 100 years quest or whatever it is he has going right now? Like even ending the manga didn't really end it.
Oh yeah,
The last
like a-
episode before this new season is
final
crazy.
season of Fairy Tail isn't actually gonna be the final.
God, I just hope they don't
that's
give us any more.
call 'em
I
milking
don't
it.
want any more.
Called stuff like Boruto, dude. They just can't let it go.
Bro, at
It's
least
a good
Boruto,
show.
like Fairy Tail is not a good show, man.
It is a good show.
Sorry.
When I saw the end of the original thing, like the first 300 something episodes, I was so hyped because he came back so much stronger. I was like, yes, next season, please let there be another season, please. I was like, please, I'm praying, let there be another season. And then they dropped another season, and I was like, oh yes, I need to watch this, and I still haven't watched it.
Yeah, I'm so happy that Fairy Tail got a run of hundreds upon hundreds of episodes, and there's like all kinds of amazing 12 episodes right now.
There's
Great.
literally only like 27 shows that are better than Fairy Tail, and a majority of them are ended, so it's okay.
I keep taking drinks. I don't know
There's
why.
like,
'cause
there's
I'm
like a good
getting
like
everywhere.
probably like several hundred on my list.
Oh my god.
No.
Honestly,
There's several
See, I don't
hundred
think
shows
that-
better than Elfen Lied.
I don't know if it's in my bottom 50, but it's definitely bottom 100.
It's in my bottom 10.
You guys
Fairy
just
Tail?
don't have good taste.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I gave the original season. Hold up.
The original season was worse than the second season. I agree.
Okay,
I
let
mean,
me.
I think
Second season was definitely worse.
I
For
stopped
sure.
watching it. Oh shit! I
Second
gave it a
season was
7.
better.
Let me.
It
Let me.
got
be fair.
progressively worse in my mind, mostly because it ever once changed at all.
Exactly.
That-
That's
wait,
the
you
issue
don't-
with it for me.
You don't. What is that? What is that horse reference? It's like you don't. What is it? It's you don't change a winning horse or something. I don't remember.
Talking about right now.
I
Hold
think you
on.
mean.
I feel like an idiot. I'm gonna look it up.
Wait,
I don't know, man.
don't teach old dog new tricks.
No. You guys keep talking. I'm gonna look this up.
I'm gonna look this up. Okay, yeah, no, that I agree with Vinny. That's my biggest issue with Fairy Tail. It's like it never once feels like anything is really changing. There's like maybe 3 arcs that felt like I was watching different arcs. The rest of it felt like it was like a reskin of the villain from another arc with the exact same plot points that got us to that point last time.
Yeah, the beginning was. The first season was definitely the best of all. And even then, it's not that great.
I'll tell you what annoyed me is most of the characters, like Natsu, Lucy, Happy, Urza, Gray, all 5 of them, like the main 5, I genuinely think could have been good characters. They just never changed at all.
Urza is a good character. See, that's what you're saying. That's back to the character development. You can still be a good character and not change much throughout a show. She was.
That's what I'm saying.
Early
They
on.
didn't change, and I hated them.
Dang.
Ray did get development and still somehow,
Man, become like an
some way,
edge
by
lord.
the end, yes, but at least he had legitimate reasons for doing so. But anyway, regardless,
Aioli.
still by the end of the series, I'm pretty sure Gray was the same person. He went
Yep.
through development and somehow devolved by the end.
No, yeah, you're right.
You guys are too hung up on development.
Oh my god.
Except it-
Why can't you just
When-
enjoy the character as they are?
episode series.
I mean, I'd argue they're not very good to begin with.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
If
mean-
you don't like them from the beginning, but you can't be like, they didn't change, therefore I don't like them.
If I'm watching 300 episodes,
You can't just
supposed to take place over years, and they
Wait.
don't feel like they changed at all, then I'm gonna have some complaints. Yeah.
That's
Well,
see
yeah.
that scenario right there is why is why character development is it gives 0 factor into how much I enjoy something or a character.
Oh my god.
It's okay if a character has development and they change for the better, that's cool. But if a character doesn't change and I like them, that's fine too.
and then it develops into an amazing character,
Okay,
and you got to see it happen.
that's
Alright, so-
fine. That's cool. If a character changes into a better character, that's cool. But
But
if they
imagine seeing
don't
a
change,
character literally never change for hundreds of episodes. You're gonna get so sick of it.
I didn't because they're good characters.
Okay, that's my problem, I guess.
That's my problem too.
Also, another thing is character development isn't always good.
They're like, oh man, like, okay, technically, I mean, really, if you really think about it, Fairy Tail has nothing happen. Because even when there's quote unquote casualties, there's no casualties. Okay.
That's like almost
And-
any shonen,
They're like,
bro.
oh man, all our friends, they're hurt, they're getting beat to death, even though they're not gonna die, because this is Fairy Tail, and friendship cures all illnesses.
I love that though. I love how he gets rage. He goes past his limits
But
because
anyway-
his friends get hurt. Because his friends get hurt, he goes past his limits. I love that.
But sometimes they're literally like being tortured almost.
Yes, I love it.
Development.
I love it. It's like
Back
it's
to normal.
suspense. It's like,
What suspense? You know what's gonna happen.
okay, yeah, that's fine. That's like that's any shonen. That's like any shonen. That's literally any shonen. The main character is
What about
going to
Hunter x
win.
Hunter?
The main character is going to win. Yeah, that's what happens in a shonen. The main character is
I
going
mean-
to win. What about
The main character doesn't always win in most shonen.
Yeah. What shonen does the main character not win in the end?
Naruto. Sometimes
necessarily.
Naruto saved by other people.
Win, he still won though.
I mean, he's. I guess. I don't know. I just feel like that's apples to oranges, man.
That's been Sports Shot. Ace of Diamond. Oh, that might have been a spoiler.
No,
it's all good.
no, yeah.
We've all seen enough of it to
I like how its subversion is okay, but I'm just saying if you're gonna get onto Fairy Tail for that, you have to get onto almost every other shonen for that too.
But I feel like they handle it very differently in Fairy Tail from most other shonen.
Yeah, with stuff like that, like my opinion on cliches, it's like it's almost impossible not to have a cliche. It's just how you
Yeah.
use that
Exactly.
cliche.
How you execute it is
Yeah.
important.
Like I don't like in JoJo how the main character wins every time because of how often they are in life-threatening situations. But that doesn't mean like I think it's bad, but I'm not gonna be like I hate the show because of that.
I'm
Well,
not a
no,
big
that's not
JoJo's
even necessarily
fan,
what I was
come on.
referring to. I'm mostly talking about the fact they literally would go through like these events that would normally completely change the way people even look at the world, and they'd come out of it look like with the exact same mindset as before.
Like JoJo, yeah.
Like they're getting tortured and stuff, and they come out of it and they're still the same old Natsu that's goofy as hell.
That's actually I never thought about it before, but now that you're like describing it, Fairy Tail and JoJo are like the same. The way they handle art,
That's the hottest
the way
take
they
I
handle
think I've
art.
heard on this.
Okay, I'm gonna actually back him up here, mainly because I think Jotaro and Stardust Crusaders goes through like zero development, and that's why, in my opinion, Stardust Crusaders is the worst JoJo,
That's my second favorite one.
Joestar.
because it was just like a really hard. It felt very repetitive, and it felt like Polnareff was the main character during that whole entire thing.
I still haven't finished Stardust Crusaders. I got so bored.
Yeah, Stardust Crusaders was such a slog for me, honestly. It was very repetitive, and Jotaro just does not go through any development other than maybe like warming up to Joseph in the end. That's like it from like the 40-some episodes.
That's
I was
crazy
bored.
because Jotaro is still like my third favorite JoJo, even though
He's
like,
honestly
zero
because like he's in like Diamonds Unbreakable, and like I
He's
honestly like him more
trashy.
there.
I hate him after Stardust Crusaders. I hate like every character that's been introduced in a previous part.
Oh my god.
Joseph Joestar gets like a serious downgrade.
If they hurt Joseph,
no, you
Bro.
do not watch part 4, Colin. Do
Oh,
not watch
dude,
part 4.
Diamond Unbreakable was good.
No.
If they mess with Joseph, I might have to make JoJo's my first
Joseph
ever drop
becomes
anime.
poop in my diaper, like old. Like
The main antagonist in Diamonds Unbreakable is so good, and like I don't know,
I'm so happy someone is here to talk about JoJo with me because here's another hot take. Kira is my least favorite villain in all of JoJo. Main villain. It seems like okay, I talked about this before about how I like it when the main character gets lucky or is able to think ahead, but I hate it when a villain does it, and Kira does that literally like every time for no reason. He gets so lucky for no reason, and then the show wants you to think that it's him being smart, but he didn't plan this. He just comes across this and is like, okay, I'm gonna do this now, and he gets away so many times, and it's so stupid.
yeah, he does.
I hate that so much. And I also hate that stupid, I just want to be left alone. That's all I want to do as I'm killing everybody.
Yeah, no, fair. I haven't seen it, but that sounds fair.
I'm nowhere near anything. Like I said, I guess I finished the like prologue.
Yeah, I got like
The first half of the first season is basically prologue, I guess.
The
I
first
got like
review. Oh, sorry. what were you gonna say?
17 episodes into Stardust Crusaders, and that's where I've sat since.
It's so repetitive.
Stardust Crusaders is tough, honestly.
It's just I can't binge it. I'm watching like an episode a month. That's all I can do.
Hard.
I still like
It was
like 3
sometimes,
times
dude. I was
better.
like, it was painful sometimes watching Stardust Crusaders.
It's
I still gave it like a
yeah.
7, but like, just like man, another fight, like, kind of same stuff.
It's
Every
funny.
episode.
It's funny you mention that because it's literally part 4 is literally just a reskin with worse characters of part 3.
That's reassuring to hear.
It's the
Thanks.
same thing. It's
To
just
be
it's just
fair,
every
I
2
think-
episodes it's a fight again. It's the same thing
I mean, that's kind of the core basics of JoJo, I guess. Like,
after part
is
3.
the constant fights. Because I mean, even in part 5, it's like they fight someone new. You know, all
I
the time.
agree. I just think that part 5 handled it the best out of all 3 of them.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you can. The enemies, I think, were definitely the best in part 5, where they had. their uniqueness each individually.
I still don't like how repetitive it was, but I still think it was
Like added something different to it compared to some of the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, I like JoJo as a series. I really do. It's just that is my biggest quarrel is how repetitive the fights are. Like after part 2, like part 3, 4, and 5 are my 3 favorite parts. No. Part 3 and 5 are my 2 favorite parts. But it's still that's just that one thing. It irritates me so much. But it's like the main focus of the show, so it is a big deal, I guess.
I honestly can't see any part topping part 2.
And part 2.
Yeah,
Part 2 is
for how small it is, I think it's the for as minute for minute, like for the time invested, I think I got the most out of it.
Like this,
Yeah, because it's
I
only
enjoyed
like 12 episodes.
It was 12 episodes, and I enjoyed all 12.
Our first review needs to be on JoJo. I know it's kind of long, but you guys need to watch JoJo.
You're kind of forced
Honestly,
me into need to binge the rest of JoJo's.
That's like probably 100 episodes. Well, maybe not that much, but it's probably like a good like 60
It's more
to
than
80.
100 episodes. Yeah,
it
it's
is-
like
I-
180 or something.
I remember
150.
liking Diamond Unbreakable more, but I honestly can't remember why. So I can't really defend it saying like it's gonna get better after Stardust Crusaders, but
Oh no.
I do think it has its own different uniqueness towards its characters. It's almost, I don't want to say it's more lighthearted, but like I don't know, they definitely have a different vibe. Like Stardust Crusaders feels more serious
Yeah,
with its vibe.
that's
while
for sure.
Diamond Unbreakable has like very bright
They're
colors.
goofy.
It's like
They're goofy.
yeah. So it could be a nice change of pace, and you could like them more.
The
They
only
have a Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town as like the opening.
yeah, part 4 has the best openings. Yeah,
Bizarre
part 4 has 2 bangers.
I don't know, man. Bloody Storm, Bloody Stream, whatever.
Yeah,
else.
Bloody Stream's my favorite,
Oh.
but part 4 has 2 that are right under that.
Fair.
Yeah. For
yeah,
me,
JoJo just still seems like it's just overrated.
it
I
is.
agree.
I would say it's overrated,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's still enjoyable. I think it's still enjoyable.
I agree. It can be. It's kind of like Akira in a way. Like it's a classic, but I can understand like why people don't enjoy it that much.
Also, the fan base scares like the life out of me.
Yeah.
Just
it's
watch it
Like all
and
the
then-
memes that came out of it have just kind of created a weird fan base.
Yes, watch it and then you can shit on it and make them mad. I love doing that. Even though I
I've
like the
done that
show,
with,
even though I like the show.
I've like tried to like even bring up just like, oh, I didn't like part 1 that much,
Part 1 was
and I got attacked for that, and then we're like, oh yeah, no, Jonathan much higher. I'm like, what? You just yelled at me for like 20 minutes.
Because you're like, you gotta like it, even though, like, it's not good.
It's not. I really didn't. Part 1, I was like, it was so bad for me.
You
Like
watch
I
it
didn't
for the
think I'd be
meme.
able to watch the show because of part
Yeah, no.
1.
12 episodes of part 1, realizing there's like,
It's like
Oh,
9.
God.
It's not even 12. I don't think it's like so short though. I rewatched it and I was like, wow, this is really short. I made too big a deal out of this. Like it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
It's just 9
honestly-
episodes of bad. Yeah.
It is honestly why I think Stardust Crusaders also kind of fails, is because like part 1 and part 2 are both 12 episodes each, and then Stardust Crusaders is like 40.
Yeah,
Something-
It was too long. It was too long.
I think you could have cut
With
out
worse
most
characters.
characters. Episodes.
The-
Like again, I'm only 17 episodes into the first season, but I don't feel like much has really happened.
Yeah. I mean, even the final fight, which everybody kind of hypes up, was, you know, maybe you can argue it for the top fight of all JoJo, but I don't know if it's like that worthy where I needed to watch all those episodes to get to.
It was like my second favorite fight in Stardust Crusaders. I think I like the Darby fight better. The poker guy. I think that was better in my opinion. But it's still a good fight. I think it was funny. That's the thing with JoJo. You have to like it's got such a, in my opinion, it's got such a good cast. Stardust Crusaders has such an amazing cast.
I only care about Joseph.
You don't care
Yeah.
about Kagarin?
Kakyuan's alright, but
I love
if it
him.
came down
And
to saving
Palmer.
Joseph,
Well, yeah,
if it-
old
if it
Joseph is
came
the
down
best.
to- if it came down to saving Joseph's arm, or Kakuin's life, I would pick Joseph's arm.
Okay, old Joseph is the best character in all of JoJo, period. But I think that the rest of the characters are still good too. And Iggy, do you not like Iggy? Wait, have you even been introduced to Iggy yet?
He might not have gotten that far yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
never
no, I
mind.
don't-
He's
I've
not.
seen
Oh, he
Iggy
doesn't
yet.
get introduced till season 2. I don't think. Okay.
Yeah, no, I've
Iggy
seen
is
memes of
pretty
Iggy, but I haven't seen Iggy itself in the anime.
Iggy's
I
funny.
think
Yeah.
the last episode I remember is when they were like staying at that hotel when the old lady tried to kill him.
Oh,
with her, like-
Yeah.
oh, what is her name? I don't even
She
remember.
was really creepy.
Yeah, I like. I'd see. Looking back on it, it was enjoyable. It's just I think I tried to grind through it too much. Like I
That's
tried
the
to binge
mistake
it.
I was making. It's much more enjoyable when I'm taking it like 1 or 2 episodes at a time. If I start trying to
Yeah.
binge it, it feels like fairy tale.
Yeah, it was awful. I binged it. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, I still don't know when I'm actually gonna get around to watching that.
I'm in
Oh,
no
just-
rush. to finish
Next
it.
week when we review it.
Oh my god.
Ridiculous.
We're already kind of partially reviewing it right now.
Yeah, me and
Fair
Kyle.
point.
No,
Well-
I don't know. I just wasn't like all that interested in it after the like prologue part. I mean, I guess that's like one of the most boring parts.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, it's really just a setup for how everything goes, except for when they
Stands.
throw it all out the window with stands.
Yeah.
So it's the setup for one part, and
Yeah.
that part transitions over into something new. Great. I like stands, but still, I kind of
Yeah.
like common better. At least from what I've seen so far.
I
Yeah, I
definitely
think
like
Stan's
Stan's
had
better.
more potential, but I would have liked to see Hammond like at least like show up at some points more often.
I think I'm just pissy because they gave old Joseph Hermit Purple, and that's it.
It's so if you think he's useless in part 3, just wait till you get to part 4. You're gonna cry.
Oh, no,
You are gonna cry. He literally does not use his stand
I totally
or his
forgot about him in
Hamon.
part 4.
He is in part 4. I was like, how can you do this to my man?
Well,
It's
to
like
be fair,
7
he's like-
years. It's like 7
he's
years
like-
later.
Yeah, but he's still old as shit though.
It's 7 years later. He turns from like a buff dude to like a skinny old man that wears diapers, bro. It's like,
A lot can happen
Oh,
in
I'm gonna
7
look
years.
up how old he is.
and he's senile. It was like 7. It was somewhere between 7 and 12 years. It was not long.
7 and 12 years when he's already that old is definitely enough time.
He's like
for...
70, bro. He's not like.
He's
60.
like 70. That's like the average lifespan for a man in
Like,
America.
this guy is like buff at 60,
But
and then when he
he's a
turns
Joe
70,
Star.
he's like, oh, I'm an old
What,
man."
Joestar?
Yeah, he's a Joe Star.
He-
It's not the
okay,
same.
he's 79 in part 4.
How old was he in part 3?
Pretty old.
69. So,
So
it's
it's-
10 years.
10 years. See, like he's 69, but he's so buff in part 3.
Yeah, he's 69, all right. I felt the same with
Nice.
what's his name?
Nice. Oh, how could I forget Muhammad Avdal? See, it's such a good cast in part 3. I don't understand how anybody could not
Yeah, he's
like
so
the cast.
good you forgot he existed.
Exactly.
Damn.
yeah, that makes sense.
It was too awesome for my brain. My brain couldn't handle all these great characters in one show.
Yeah.
They're all so badass too. Oh my god. And especially the dynamic between Polnareff and Muhammad. Oh, they're bros. I like seeing bros.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Especially
Best
when they do the
friend anime
handshakes and
characters are
stuff.
the best.
Yeah. Jotaro's probably the worst character out of the main cast in part 3, to be honest.
He is, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, he has that one line, dude, and then it's just, that's it.
And he's just like, the other people are getting beat up, and then they're like, oh, Jotaro, help us. And he walks over there like, do the Ora thing. Are you gonna do the Ora thing? Oh my god, yes, yes, yes. I love it's so funny. And especially Joseph's like one-liners.
That's my favorite part about Joseph. Bad
Honestly.
jokes and the
The
next
English.
you'll say.
The English. Oh, he doesn't do that as an old man. He doesn't do the next.
Of course he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Let's
He
just
can't.
take away
He
all
lost
good aspects.
when he gained Hermit Purple. He lost the ability to tell the future. That's not
Stupid.
canon. That's not canon. I just made that up.
He might as well.
He's like bigger as a 69-year-old man than he is as like an 18-year-old.
Bro, I get he's not the main character in that part, but it really annoys me how useless he's been in Stardust Crusaders so far.
If it wasn't for him, they wouldn't even have found Dio.
Like, I don't dislike Jotaro, but I want to see more of Joseph. I am honestly like 100 times more invested in Joseph.
Oh, you're gonna be disappointed.
Honestly, you
man.
don't even see much of Jotaro. It's literally Polnareff, like
Yeah, but
majority
Polnareff's
of the
cool.
time.
That's fair. Yeah, no, that's fair.
All the enemy stand users like to bully him.
I can't stand it.
Did somebody say stand? Okay.
An enemy stand user.
It's like, we need to find him. Who is he? And it's like the most
It's
crazy
just some
looking
dude
person
sitting in the corner with a trench coat.
with the most crazy haircut. No, okay, and also there's some really good villains in JoJo. Like part 3 has Oingo and Boingo. I love
I haven't
Oingo
seen them
and
or forgot they
Boingo.
existed.
Oh, I love them so much. They're so dumb.
There's yet to be a like character in JoJo's I really remembered, like villains wise. Besides Dio, obviously.
Besides
but
Kira.
like I said, I'm only in the first season of Stardust Crusaders.
You know, I didn't like King Crimson that much either, but I think part 5 was my favorite part altogether, all around.
I'm looking forward to part 5. It seems like it changes it up more than
It's really wacky.
other
Like,
parts, from what I'm hearing.
it was like super serious. It was like manly serious in part 3. Then it was like goofy childish in part 4. Then it's like wacky. I don't know how to explain. That's the only way I know how to explain it.
I think part 5 has the most balance between all of the characters in it. Like how
Yeah.
JoJo always has like 4 to 5 fighters. Like it's a good balance between all of them.
Yeah,
Still
Giorno
at
is like never gets used. Giorno like isn't even the main character. He's like out of the cast. He's
Yeah,
like the
it's-
least like priority.
It's another similar case to Jotaro, but not as bad in terms of how much you see him in fighting and whatnot.
Yeah, except
I'd
for
say,
Jotaro
though-
finishes most of the fights. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he has a dream.
Yes, that is all you know about him, and he doesn't really get much screen. I mean, he's like there a lot, but I feel like he's not. He doesn't even feel like the main character. Honestly.
Great. My
I mean,
dream is
honestly,
being
dude,
dad.
I feel like the only case has been with Joseph, where he's like the undisputed main guy.
Well, and Jonathan, yeah.
Yeah.
Who cares about Jonathan?
Well, that's because they've kind of moved on to like these groups in each part, and I'm guessing it continues. I haven't read the manga, but when they introduce stands, they're like, okay, there's a group dynamic now. I mean, part 2 there was Caesar, but that's about it. And Stroheim.
I don't mind the groups. I think having more characters, like where they're really all the main character, can be nice, but it's gonna have to be a lot more balanced than it's been in Stardust Crusaders if that's gonna work for me.
Mhm.
Well, it
Yeah,
is.
that's part 5.
It is after even part 4. They kind of are more evened
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, no,
I don't
fair.
necessarily.
Okay.
That doesn't really matter to me. I mean, I'm fine with Jotaro just coming in and kicking everybody's teeth in, but it's just that it was too long and too repetitive. Guys, okay, we should wrap this up pretty soon.
Well, we can
Yeah.
probably wrap it up now. It's
Yep.
been about 2 hours. roughly.
Yep.
Oh,
Another
God.
2-hour podcast. Well,
Bro, we were so close.
yeah. We were about to wrap it up, and then we started talking about JoJo.
My fault.
but you
I
guys
had
haven't
to go and
seen-
bring up Naruto again.
Darn it. Well, thanks for being on, Kyle.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Alright, now go ahead and sub. I'd say to sub to his YouTube channel, but he doesn't want to release his private,
If I
non-existent
said
YouTube
anything
channel.
like you guys hate, just find me at Soul798 and you guys can hate me there.
What is
don't
that?
take
Your
it out
Mal?
on
my
Is that
anime
your
list.
Mal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, we can link it there in the description.
we can do that. And then subscribe to our channel, like our video. I mean, you don't have to. It'd be appreciated though. What you have to do though is go over to My Hero Deku and Sarcasm 317's channel. Sub over there. I don't have a YouTube channel, so
Yes, you
He
do.
does, though.
I don't have.
He's
a
just
YouTube
neglecting it.
With strength over in the God, I forgot the name. Recommended bar. I don't know. Featured channel. There we go.
Yeah, featured channels list.
Yeah. Well, that was it for today, guys. See ya.